染み込んでしまう間に見えないはまず紙一重とかどうせがないからさ。ああ手はずっと触れていて気づかんとしてしまうことまだ気づいてなかった。かざして逃げまといたい。染み込んでしまう前に見えないはまず紙一重とかどうせがないからさ。ああ手はずっと触れていて気づかんとしてしまうことずっと気づけなかった。
Hello. Hello. A lot is going on. It's definitely an impromptu stream, which is why the title is different, because this is outside of my normal streaming time, obviously. Okay, I'll be honest, I just woke up, so please someone tell me what the fuck is going on. Emma is pissed, and I don't blame her. I'm pissed? Why am I pissed? What am I pissed about? I won't say what happened, but I did read something insane. Did I do something? Evening, good morning, good evening. Well, it's actually the afternoon for me. He just betrayed Leo. Yeah, I know that much. So I assume we're gonna be doing some reading today. My voice is lower? Yeah, usually. Usually when I just wake up, I have like a really croaky voice. So talk to Pooh about it. Endless villain arc. Why do people keep saying that? What a fucking day, boys. There's a lot of reading, a lot of leaked calls. Alright, yeah, so I just need to know which ones I'm allowed to, like, which ones are important to look into and which ones I'm not allowed to look at. Because I do want to respect, you know, victims who didn't want shit to be leaked. check the FCK Leaks account. Yeah, I know everybody's fucking talking about it right now. I slipped through everything. I saw a couple hours ago that like people were sending me messages, and I was like, "Damn, I don't want to deal with this," and I went back to sleep. I don't think that's true, Leo, but maybe I don't know. Or did I just call you Leo? I meant no one. Sorry. Yeah, let me just before we get started, I wanted to show you guys something really cool, but I have to actually get it set up. So, um something I'm excited about. I again, this is all last minute, so but I'm excited because Patchwork Heart reached out to me both on my stream and in DMs, and he made for me a couple of layout things, and it was so sweet of him. And I was like, you don't have to do that, but he really, really wanted to. So I will put his name in the description for sure. Uh, to give him credit because I wasn't able to pay him, unfortunately. But it looks so pretty, and yeah, everybody needs to see it. Please no Sans. I'm not doing Sans! It's not Sans! Relax with the Sans thing, okay? I'll calm the fuck down. I'll be around here and there, but can someone let me know in the server if any logs are private or shouldn't be shared? That's what I'm asking. What happened? Oh, we're about to find out. Because I'm like discovering most of this in real time. But like I said, real quick, I just wanted to share this with you all. It's just that I have to actually get it set up first. Okay, that didn't work. What? Oh, I'm stupid. Sorry, hold on. Lumi dropped a big ship on Leo's desk and jumped ship. Place Sans in the corner so he will read with you. That's not a bad idea, but I have like a nightmare desk pal that I thought was adorable. But I could probably turn that into some kind of like stream layout animation. Alright, bear with me while I figure this out. You sound so different with your low voice. Yeah. Alright, guys. Check this out. We're doing a bit of a trial run right now. But, I'm gonna have to Leo and love vid during Miko month. Yeah, Patrick Hart made this for me, and I really, really, I love it. It's so nice. Let me try fitting it to the screen real quick. Ooh, pretty. Yeah. I might have to try and get a higher res version, but there's a chat over here, obviously. I need to get it to work. Give me a second. I gotta change the chat box layout. How's that looking? Still a little wide. The chat is thick. I love the colors, so cute. I do too. How's that? Now I just need to adjust the height. It's too much. Or is it fine? That's fine. The professionalism, yeah, thank you to Patchwork Heart. It looks really good. There's still the cat in the background though. We need to change that. The cat might have to go away. Everybody say bye to the cat. The cat's been here for such a long time, but it might be time to say goodbye to the upside down cat. So everybody say goodbye to the upside down cat. He served us well. No! The cat's gotta go. Otherwise the place will be too cluttered. Thank you for your service. Yeah, 07. Say goodbye to the Sphinx. Farewell, upside down Bingus. 07. Metal Gear salute, yeah. It's a terrible day for rain. Alright. Everybody say goodbye. Poke his ears up under the chat. You can't get rid of him. No. He'll be gone. Sorry. And let's check DMs. Okay. Yeah, no. So I've been asked to not leak out any Jibs stuff on my stream. Too loud? What do you mean too loud? Sorry, was the Vine boom sound effect too loud for you guys? Karma will bite you in the ass for this, for getting rid of the Bingus. Okay, guys, let me just get some music started. And, we'll get started. So I was asked to not... So should I just not talk about any of Jibs' stuff at all? Or is it just statements that Jibs has made that are fine? I'm genuinely shocked and disturbed from this. Gotta go do laundries, have a good stream. The server had a blast with everything. Kinda doesn't matter that Jibs didn't want it talked about since we all saw it, but yeah, not on stream. Okay. Jibs is one of Vita's victims. Joshua Vita. From the cat being removed or Leo? Okay. Let me try. Okay, so I need to like sift through. the relevant information, because I have no idea. I'm speaking on behalf of Jibs. I'm going to be getting a video out for them to speak their truth on all this today. Just give us time. Okay, so I'll withhold from talking about Jibs or showing any Jibs related content for you guys. Where's this fucking document, guys? Would it be good to would it be good to start with that? Or maybe we should start with that. Oh, fuck, I don't know. Thank you? Yeah, no problem, Crystal. I pinned them in the drama chat? Okay, thank you. Yep. The first thing I see is shut up, Mushmouth. It's Miku month. Come on, guys. Is it last note? Oh, here we go. Okay. You know, Vlad did us a favor and put them all out on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, it seems like so many people are jumping ship from the Senate right now. Hello, Crystal. Ugh! Fuck. Alright, hold on. I haven't even gotten my VRM started yet. Give me a sec. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Leo's also made a statement? Oh boy. Why does everything happen when I'm sleeping, dude? Everything happens while I'm sleeping. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to figure this out. Wait a minute. In other words, it's Miku month. Shit, hold on. Sorry. There we go. We just, oh, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Guys, just bear with me while I get this layout figured out, okay? It might have to be that the chat is over here. Rest in shit, Senate. I agree. There we go. Okay, we'll figure it out, guys. Don't worry. Our marriage is saved. Well, this calls for a toast, so pour the champagne. Alright, how's this look, guys? Does it feel a little claustrophobic? If so, I apologize. We'll figure it out. More like shitnet. I'm not good at this. No, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. I thought there was only really two options, that both of them would just go dark and just move in together. Or, Peaches would throw them under the bus. Or one of them would throw the other under the bus. Like, I'm sorry, we knew this was gonna happen. Okay. I cropped this really bad, but it's at the top. This is Lumi talking. Closing the goddamn door. No. Okay. Should I tell my friend who's in Senate to escape it? You can give them the advice, sure. Okay. A statement from Lumi today at 11:23 a.m. At everyone. At Peanuts. Hello, all. This is the last you'll be seeing of me in the Senate and any associated circles. This may come as a surprise, but it's something that I've been thinking about for a while. And given how things are going now, I feel it isn't right for me to stick around when I've made my morals crystal clear. None of this is influenced by the claims coming out about Leo. None. It is my own personal experience, as well as a compilation of events I'm after witnessing within Senate what happened without my knowledge. I cut off multiple people who acted that way in the past, and it would be absolutely hypocritical for me to keep Leo around, especially given the absolute flashbang the various older messages truly were. Definitely puts that call that's linked in this statement into a whole new perspective. It took a lot of deep thinking and looking over what I've seen, and I'm not happy at all. Below I have linked a more raw statement in relation to my feelings on the matter, as well as a statement from Aaron on their departure from the Senate server and the abuse they've endured. Holy shit, it's getting real. Below, you'll find Aaron's statement. I was asked to pass this along. This is Aaron. The reason I'm leaving Senate and why I have purged all my social media is to get away from Leo Convoy. It has taken me a long time to realize the abuse didn't stop and to say to myself that Thomas Guerrera is an abuser. Okay, it's getting real fast. None? Wait, none? The eyebrow raise. And so, Leo has lost all his children. How tragic. Okay. And then I think there was one more screenshot. Okay, this is the same one, but, K Cosmic has also made a statement. The Titanic is... we knew that people were gonna start jumping ship, dude. Okay. Should we start with Lumi's... Should we just go down the list and just start with Lumi's doc? Or should we just go straight to the meat of it? Nah, fuck it. We'll go in order. Keep y'all in suspense. At least we're hearing from them. Yeah, Peaches keeps on changing their pronouns. Truly a womp womp moment. I agree. Maybe you'll cry. There you go. Stop stalling? Nah, I'll stall. Fuck you. Alright. Let me... Oh, you know what? I could definitely put this down a bit. There we go. Then move it aside. Okay. Okay. This is Lumi's, This is Lumi's statement. I think, right? No, I think this is, out of order. Hold on. I'll go in the order that Crystal gave me. How about that? Nope, okay. Okay, fine, we'll start with this. I'll just go in the order that Crystal gave them to me. That I can make a change. Sorry. Use the Leo soundboard. Yeah, why not?
I hunt pedophiles. Girl needs some rest.
I could literally cancel you, Akumu. Oh yeah, true. Where's that? Oh no, it's not here. Never mind. And you don't seem to understand. Okay. Important update. Due to the fact that an individual who was being targeted not consenting to having the details publicized, I acknowledge that and genuinely apologize for it. They're probably talking about Jibs. I will not be publicizing that call at all, and the others will remain public for everyone to see. Hello all. This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, especially my continued breaks extending further and further, but I will be leaving the Senate. This is permanent. I'm cutting myself clean from all things Senate. In my time here, I have been painfully blunt about my moral values. From the fact I don't tolerate people making fun of people for shit they can't control, I mean, you were permissive of it anyway, to the fact that I believe in change, but if you go back on that change, I won't tolerate that. The call that took place on the 22nd of February was my wake-up call to the fact that Leo has not changed nearly as much as he claimed he had. I'll explain on this below. The call that took place on the 22nd of February was the Raven call. I don't know who that is. The call that about 100 of you have witnessed. In that call, Leo decided it would be an excellent idea to play psychologist and try to figure out Raven's cognitive level. It was inappropriate, and as someone who had undergone tests for just that, something that's normal for those diagnosed in Ireland, I was confused. I poked Aaron in DMs about what to do, and they encouraged me to hop on to stop it. I did, but rather than outright stop, I asked Leo how driving was relevant to the line of questioning. What? But rather than explain, he immediately shut me down. This is something Leo would do very commonly back in the good old days of Senate, and he did stop. For a few months. Yeah, I don't know who Raven is either, but I guess the Senate knows. Yeah, sorry, Jenny. Stop singing! Though there was still an attempt at breaking up my friendship with Aaron at one point. Sorry, Thomas, we're growing stronger than ever thanks to you now. Isolation tactic, which is one of Leo's tactics. The mod call linked in Aaron's doc, and right here, shows me snapping at him for cutting him off once again. Only to back down when I realized that there is a risk of him blowing up at me given his state. I was still worried about him back then, and I hope he listens to what I have told him. Let's take a look at this real quick. Content warning. Oh boy. Alright, hold on.
So, Raven, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some personal questions, okay?
All right.
All right. So you're on the spectrum, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you were given
This was all asked in front of 100+ people. Keep that in mind.
your diagnosis, what was exactly the diagnosis?
The diagnosis was
Okay, and what does that mean?
Are we playing Leo Bingo? Let's play Leo Bingo, guys. You guys want to play Leo Bingo? Because already we already have one. Not a bingo, but... Yeah, hold on, give me a second. If you want to play Leo Bingo... Oh shit, it's actually probably buried in what's the word now. Hold on. If you want to play Leo Bingo, I will actually link a new version of it in the What's the Word channel. We're gonna be combing through all this, so we might as well just make something fun out of it, right? Okay, give me a second, because I know North gave me a new version of it a while back. And I forgot to actually post it, because I'm stupid. And you don't seem to understand. Okay, here we go. If you would like to play Leo Convoy Bingo, you can do so now if you check the What's the Word channel in my Discord. Let me. Do we have to be in the server to play? No, I can give a link in the YouTube as well. Just give me a second. So I have to actually open up my, my stream. And you don't seem to understand. There's me. Hello to everybody. Hang on. Alright, let me just... There you go. It's not needed, but there you go. That's what all the other streamers do. I wanted to be just like them. Oh shit, is that the editing? Is that the editing one? Ah, fuck. Damn it. Gee, Bill. 5 links? No, that's the editing one. Fuck. No, ignore that. Damn you, North! Hang on. Now I gotta get rid of them. Hang on, guys. Those aren't the right links. It's a lot of links. I agree. My bad. I really should have checked the link first. Why didn't I do that? Okay, hold on. Let me try again. Because I'm stupid. I really thought that he just gave me the right link, but he didn't, so sorry about that. Post Raven call? Okay, thank you, Vlad. I know we're having a bit of a crisis right now. Give me a second. Alright, here's the right one. And I'd like to draw your character, but I can't find a reference to it. There should be a reference sheet pinned in the art channel, but also thank you. Alright, here's the right one, guys. Here's the right one. I'd like to... We'll be going to VC. Nah. I want to keep this as clean and concise as possible, because I don't want to go off into too much yapping. Okay, so obviously the yapping is the free space. If you've got... what was it again? If you've got asking way too personal questions, you can check that one. I don't have it. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't have it. Gotta get to work? Alright. I don't think it's appropriate to make jokes about them being in a relationship now, though. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, I never was, but I'm not going to start. Alright, but yeah, if you have asks way too many, like, way too personal questions, you can put that down.
You're on the spectrum, right? Okay, and what does that mean?
It means that
That is loud.
Okay. Do you live with your parents, right? Okay, so both your parents, are they your guardians? Do they take care of all your business and whatnot, or do you? Okay, that's not what I asked. What I mean is, can you
I'm assuming the personal stuff is being redacted from the call.
say sign for car insurance, sign?
Enla, also, you can have autism and drive. It has nothing to do with what? Huh? I have autism and I drive? Is that what we're going at? I don't drive, but it's not that I couldn't. It's just that I've chosen not to. I had gotten my permit like 10 years ago, and I was driving decently well. But it was just too much for me. Like, just trying to understand the rules of the road was too overwhelming. So I made the choice to not pursue, like, getting a driver's license. But that was my choice, not because I couldn't.
Are you permitted to get a loan? Are you able to join the military if you wanted to, or would you need your parents' permission to do these things? Okay, if you were to sign for a loan, would your parents need to sign for it as well, or just you?
Like, clearly Leo is trying to like, not do what he did in the Rosa call. Like, I can see that he's clearly trying not to do that again, but this is still, like, ableist behavior. Because this is none of your business, Leo, and it has nothing to do with whatever Raven did.
Might be or would be, because there's a difference there. That tells me your parents probably do have some form of control over you because you are on the spectrum. Do you have a driver's license? Why do you not have a driver's license? Okay, my question is why though? Why did you not do that? Okay,
Excuse me.
I'm not going to go further on that. I'm asking for a reason, Lumi, before you interrupt.
I was gonna ask what the relevance of being able to drive was.
I told you I'm asking that for a reason. Can you please let me work here?
Okay, if you have, there should be one that's like gets annoyed that he's being interrupted. Subject, no, that's not the subject of the call, gets interrupted. No, but there's one where he gets, annoyed that he's being interrupted. So if you have that on your bingo sheet.
Thank you. I'm asking you these questions because I'm trying to determine as best I can where you are mentally, because I know even with high functioning autism, sometimes their brain is closer to the cognition of a child. Their brain.
Okay. So if you have ableism, put that down because Leo clearly doesn't understand anything about how autism works. Not only do I have autism, but I worked in the special ed department of my state for 5 years. So it's like, does insult intelligence count? No, because, like, that would be him being like, are you stupid? Are you retarded? You know, shit like that. Or him trying to, like, use it as a gotcha, I guess.
Brain is closer to the cognition of a child. So
Yeah.
I need you to be honest with me. At any point, did any doctor tell you that you have cognition at a certain age or that your mind is at a certain age specifically?
Yeah, Leo's not a psychologist. And he has no experience with autism whatsoever to be, like, talking like he has any sort of authority on it.
Okay, I'm just jumping in right now. I've muted Lio, and I'm gonna talk, and then I'm gonna go. Cause I have a few more minutes. I was listening in. Questions are too personal.
Okay, I guess we could do Peaches is in the call. Peaches is in the call. If you have that on your bingo sheet.
Irrelevant.
Holy shit.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to answer anything. You don't need to, Raven, because at the end of the day, we're strangers on the internet. So I'm gonna lay some ground rules for this call. It doesn't matter. Raven's here talking. You're not yelling or shouting at anyone. You're here to listen to people. So, therefore, I say the best course of action is for a call is to just lay out what was wrong with the actions, and give an explanation on how best to avoid this kind of situation in the future.
And keep in mind, this was on the 22nd, so this was before the Akumu video came out, I'm pretty sure.
Does everyone agree with that?
I agree with this. Also, Aaron.
Leo Convoy, age 38, refused to come back. Oh, he left? What a baby! What a baby! He got muted, so he threw a rage fit and left. And left the newly 18-year-old mod to manage a call. Only Leo... Actually, I don't think... Because if his birthday is in April, Zach not Kyle, right? If Zach not Kyle... If his birthday is in April, then he'd actually be close to 19 at this point. So I don't think it's fair to still call him newly 18.
And Lio stepped down from the stage.
He left! What a bitch! What a bitch!
There we go. I'm your old man.
Alright, so I'm assuming this is the aftermath of that call. Oh yeah, after this there was a mod call. I don't know how I missed this, but after this there was a mod call started by Leo Convoy. Ooh, I can imagine he's pissed. He'll be 19 this year. Yeah, exactly.
There we go. I'm your old man. Lyle,
Here.
I just... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right, I don't want to come in here, like, angry. I don't want to come in here yelling. But I personally think it was going a bit too far. Like,
You know, it's very obvious to me that my thought process is
Reminder, Lumi came into the previously shown call trying to make a point and Leo cut him off. Leo would do this with Lumi a lot. Rules for thee, but not for me. Hold on. Clearly Leo's cooking. Let him cook.
like,
You know, it's very obvious to me that my thought processes aren't trusted here. I'm just going to say that outright.
Oh, Leo sulking! Leo sulking. I mean, I don't think we have that, but... I don't think we have that. It's obvious, guys, that I'm not wanted here. But yeah, no, we don't have that, sorry.
it's not about trust. It is
He's trying to guilt trip right now, for sure.
not
No,
about
stop,
trust at all.
Stop.
Are you
Can I-
cutting me off
You know what,
again?
go ahead. I'm not
Again?
trying to, Lumi. I'm trying to explain my thought process here.
Yeah, but like,
Okay.
hold on, Hidden. You don't let me finish what I'm saying, and then you're cutting me off again?
I just said that I don't think I'm trusted, and I was trying to expand, and you interjected. I was just trying to finish my thought.
Alright, in that case, I'll apologize. I'll back away, but... We do trust you. We do.
Do
If
you?
we didn't, we wouldn't
Do
be so
you?
open to tell you if you have a problem with something.
Yeah,
Whatever.
remember in the Rosa call when Leo said, guys, if you have a problem with something, just tell me and I'll let you speak. Nah.
That you have had, or anybody else here is muted in the middle of a gallery call
But he is old. That must mean he knows a lot.
in front of 100 people.
Oh, Leo's mad that he got embarrassed in front of 100 people.
Would you prefer I kept my mouth shut and let that continue?
What I would prefer is to be treated with some civility, because frankly,
Oh, sorry, it's cropped really badly. I apologize. There we go. Context. Raven, on the spectrum and not understanding the weight of the actions, didn't call out predatory behavior in a server they didn't moderate, and red lines for predator callouts made by teenagers. Leo will frame this as malicious predation. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Huh? Huh? This was on the 22nd? Raven? Didn't call out predatory behavior in a server they didn't moderate, and red lines for predator callouts made by teenagers. Leo will frame it as malicious predation negligence going forward. Isn't that similar to what Peaches did?
the person who put those people in danger was treated with more civility than I was in that call.
How so? Because I told you.
Oh my
like, you
god.
went too
I'll
far with
expand.
Something? Go on.
You did not come in and say I was going too far. You came in and asked for the relevancy, which I was trying to state. And then Aaron comes in, server mutes me, embarrasses me in front of 100-something people instead of just talking to me, because Aaron's been micromanaging me for the past 3 days now.
The micromanaging was stopping Leo being continuously ableist about Rosa Ray Ramsey, up to the point of Peaches is one to talk, up to the point of Leo snapping at me and K Cosmic having to shut him down from yelling.
Because they're scared. And apparently I'm a screw up. So that's what they do.
Managing. I wouldn't call it micromanaging personally, because I do not see the relevance of being.
I know, I'm breaking up.
No. Look. I wanna okay, relevance, right? How is being able to drive a car relevant to being cognizant?
Stop everything. I want to hear Ephraim's response to this. Do you have proof for any of this?
And being able to understand things. How is that a sign of it?
I literally told you in a call. I said that Oh,
My god, you live in Texas, Leo. Get better internet.
You are breaking up and I
Everyone
cannot understand you.
in that call heard what I was trying to do. You're gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, I can hear you better now. I genuinely could not hear you, and I want.
Lumi starts trying to pacify Leo due to panic. This is common for people on the spectrum. I agree. I've been in calls where either Vlad or Kumo get heated, and my immediate response is just to be like, whoa, hey. You know.
Want to have this conversation.
Because we, especially people on the spectrum, we have, like, a big aversion to, like, aggression. Or aggressive, tones, but yeah.
And make it as productive as possible, so I do need to understand you to be able to have that conversation.
I know. I'm not blaming you for my connection issues. That would be really stupid. I explained in plain English in that call why I was going that direction. I made it abundantly clear why I was. And instead of that being respected and understood, I had somebody come in the call, talk down to me, server mute me, and treat me like a child.
Oh no, Leo being treated the way he's treated other people? No way. It's almost like that sucks when people treat you like that, right, Leo? But he literally just described what he's done to other people. Okay, Crystal sent me all of Jibbs' public statements, so we'll go through those as well if we got the time. He literally just described all the things that he does to other people in Senate calls.
Why I was. And instead of that being respected and understood, I had somebody come in the call, talk down to me, server mute me, and treat me like a child again.
Oh, Kumo would have a field day with that.
I am sick and tired of being told how I'm trusted when I clearly am not.
Okay, but like, because you're trusted doesn't mean you're not going to be corrected if you do something that somebody else thinks is
Lumi,
wrong.
There's a difference between correction and intentionally embarrassing somebody.
If you have interrupts somewhere, I know it's not necessarily interrupting the subject of the call. Oh, subject of call gets interrupted. Technically, it's just Leo interrupting somebody, typically. But yeah. Based Lumi?
In front of 100+ people.
That was not the intention, and we both know it.
I don't know, Lumi.
I do.
Both know it. No, we don't.
I do.
We don't know that.
No, yaha, nah, yaha.
I could give you my thought process, but your mind's made up, so I'm not going to.
By the way, he's almost 40 and still acting petulant like this.
Okay, but just for a second, I just want to bring this up because I think it's important. The reason that these questions were stopped, because we all understand the intention. That's not the problem. The intention was you wanted to figure out how much their autism is affecting their ability to make decisions. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like the baseline
Don't call him a kitty cat, because that's an insult to cats everywhere.
of those questions are absolutely okay. The problem is, the further you went on, you started asking questions that have incredibly bad implications.
Use a different mic.
I'm fucking tired. We're using my phone speaker, whatever.
That works. Go for it.
Okay, so my point was being that when you ask these questions, the implication behind these questions gives people the wrong idea. Asking something like, do you have a driver's license? And then getting the answer no, and then going, but why? Gives people the implication that since you're asking whether or not they're able to or since you're asking to determine whether or not they can function properly, basically with that question, what you're saying is, oh, if you don't have a driver's license and you can't drive, you are unable to function.
So instead of DMing me and asking me to check my DMs, that happens? None of you would have done that for anybody else. Nobody would have hopped on that call and server muted me and embarrassed me for anybody else. None of you would have done that to Aaron. None of you would have done that to Lumi.
Oh, no. You do not get to say that about me because we both know Aaron would have server muted me. Aaron would be chewing me out right now if I had pulled anything like that. Aaron's a lot harder on me than you think.
Trouble in paradise.
I didn't say anybody without Aaron. My point was, it wouldn't have happened with the rest of you.
It would have.
No, I don't think it would.
Yes, if any of us had done the same, the treatment would be exactly the same. If I disagree with anyone on staff, I'm happy to DM them and tell them. But if it's happening in the moment, and when I poke it, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what the relevance of this is, hey, implying, hey, we should stop it here, and you continue, like, hey, no offense, I can't exactly blame Aaron if the conclusion they came to was, okay, he's not going to stop, I might have to server mute him.
Because I was explaining the reasoning for it. And instead of Aaron coming in and saying, check your messages or anything like that, that happens. And no, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about the intention there because
A peek behind the curtain is eye-opening, I agree.
Aaron has absolutely intentionally embarrassed me before, and I know why. You may not believe it, but I do.
But Leo, she was groomed for 7 years. You have to be understanding. It's okay, it's not her fault. She was groomed for 7 years.
Guess I have more trust in Aaron than you then.
She can't
Guess I know
possibly
that Aaron's
be
not gonna go
malicious.
around fucking
Thank
publicly.
you for the backhanded insult. I appreciate that.
Damn, thanks for cutting me off again.
I apologize.
Making a new habit of it? Because you've been doing that again recently. Think I haven't noticed? Think people haven't pointed out to me?
You think I'm doing it intentionally?
Not intentionally. Not intentionally. What do you mean? I'm not interrupting you intentionally. Well,
It only happens
I mean, with connection issues that can happen, but yeah.
to me.
If I may,
Don't refresh the page. The vid got privated. Oh,
I will say
whoopsies.
this, that Lumi did, like, I jumped in call with Lumi after that call happened, and Lumi was very open with me about things I did wrong in that call.
Well, we're almost
It's
done
not
with it.
just criticism of you, it's, like, Lumi is very upfront with anyone else, and just did the same for me literally, like, 10, 15 minutes ago.
I ended the stage so we wouldn't drag it on either. Because I knew that if I ended the stage sooner, we'd be able to get into the call faster and we'd be able to talk about it.
Problem isn't criticism. The problem is how it was handled. Because if I had done that to Aaron, there would be a complete.
The only time I have melted down was due to yelling, as it is a trigger which Leo is acutely aware of and did to pacify me often.
Meltdown I'd be dealing with right now. We both know that. That's why I left the call altogether. Because if I'm not going to be respected, if I'm not going to genuinely be trusted, and let's be clear here, I wasn't.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Then why am I
what
there?
that said.
And if Susie comes to me now and says that she doesn't want to do this incident anymore because of that call, I wouldn't even blame her. Aaron is stressed and gun shy because of the.
No, Leo only ever respected my pronouns around Lumi, but has blatantly misgendered me in video scripts and to my face. Oh, what? Is this Aaron saying this?
Clear here, I wasn't. Then why am I there? And if Susie comes to me now and says that she doesn't want to do this incident anymore
Or
because
Susie,
of
I
that
don't
call,
know.
I wouldn't even blame her. Aaron is stressed and gun shy because of the Rosa call circulating. So he has been overcorrecting and he has been needling.
In a later call, you'll hear how Leo will deny he ever said this since he was around for my SH and suicidal. Okay, so this is Aaron saying this. And suicidal ideation brought on by my own guilt for my part in the Rosa call since 2022. Well, didn't that happen at the beginning of 2023 though? The thing is, if Peaches really felt bad about it, she would have made a public apology about it by now. I don't know. I don't know. She would have apologized for it when people were starting to discover it and call it out.
And micromanaging everything I say and do publicly for the past few days now. It's why I was accused of defending the Rosa call when my text literally said the exact opposite and accused of ableism because.
Oh hey, it's you! It's you, Jenny! None of the criticism was brushed off. The entire way we do things here was restructured. There's no justifying the way Rosa was treated in that call, but the anger toward her is justified. If she's cognizant enough to get offended over a Star Wars take, then she's cognizant enough to have properly removed a predator. As far as why Rosa and not Rebecca, we tried to get her in call, multiple times. And when we finally did, she ran out like a wuss. So we took out all our anger on a person that was almost entirely irrelevant to the problem. But whatever.
Aaron is overcorrecting.
No, okay, hold on.
That call,
Okay, hold on.
that call should not have been a kumbaya call. It should not have been a let's go ahead and hold your hand. Or even knew what they were doing. They were cognizant of it. The reason why I went so hard on the driving thing was to determine whether or not she was lying to me about her.
Leo will state in private and to my face that he would never question somebody else's mental health, yet when I'm not listening in, he admits to it openly that he thinks it's fake. So he was trying to determine if somebody was lying about being on the spectrum. Is that what he's trying to do here?
Ahead and hold your hand. Or even knew what they were doing. They were cognizant of it.
I figured she felt regret. I think there's a difference between guilt and remorse. I think she felt guilt, but if she truly felt remorse, she would have done everything she could to make it right. They thought Rosa faked a panic attack and faked tears, exactly.
The reason why I went so hard on the driving thing was to determine whether or not she was lying to me about her guardianship, because we've already dealt with people.
That's none of your business, though, Leo. If someone's lying, that's none of your business. That's not something you have to determine. Because it's none of your business. Bro's going to hell?
Before.
Maybe.
I already caught her in 2 lies previously. It wasn't to devalue whether or not people drive. I couldn't care less. It was to find out if she was lying.
But Leo, he doesn't understand that that's even worse. That's even worse. That he was trying to basically cross-examine their own statements about their own mental health.
About the reason.
How does driving fall into that? How? Explain it to me so it can make sense beyond, frankly, coming across as just coming out of nowhere. Explain it to me then.
Because there's a lot of people on the spectrum that I have dealt with who have tried to get driver's license and their parents put a stop to it because...
Oh my god, Leo, it's almost like autism is a spectrum and not everybody with autism is the exact same as one another. It's almost like he knows nothing about autism.
Because they are on the spectrum. And because they have legal guardianship, they are capable of doing so. That's why.
But would that person even know that that's why it was put to a stop to? If they're a guardian? If there's
Yeah.
guardianship on them?
Yeah, they would. They would know. You kind of have to be pretty blunt about that. And if Raven can do commentaries, they can put 2 and 2 together to that point.
So he's trying to say, oh, well, you must be, you're able to do internet stuff, so you must not have guardianship. You might not even be on the spectrum. What are you talking about, Leo? Someone said to refresh it. No, it's still up. It's just unlisted. Someone said it was privated, but it wasn't. All right, but anyway, we'll keep going with this document. Now, bit of a detour, I know. It's a non-argument. He argues now because he is upset people younger than him treated him like a child, so in a way he should be treated. But it kind of takes, he doesn't understand what a spectrum means. Okay. My autistic friend has had a job where she assisted another autistic person that needed a lot more help. I hate this. This autistic person can be independent, so, argument, yeah. Now you might be wondering, Lumi, why didn't you just talk to Leo about this? Because he will talk all nice and then end up doing fuck all. Like, damn, should I be patting him on the back? For what? Not consistently picking on a minor for being fucking groomed by constantly telling them that they're straight? What? Funny, we had a bit of a repeat of that back in early 2023. I thought it was a moment of anger, but alas, no. Leo has been making awful comments towards said victims since 2021. You can still find those in the server. Easy example, using this since the specific minor isn't in the screenshot. Okay, so April 21st, 2021, he says, quote, "It's stupid." This is Leo. Quote, "It's stupid. Of course the dumb teenager can't elucidate." Missy Drip says, "But you dated a dude, though." There's a channel in the Senate called Bible Study. Fuck off. Good to know. Thank you, though I may join now for the time being. Vito literally talked about you getting his surname, you idiot, and you didn't reject it. So wait, this is... I'm so confused by this, because I don't know who's who. Not constantly picking on a minor for being fucking groomed by constantly telling them that they're straight. Bible study, lol. Good to know, thank you, though may I join now for the time being? And then he says, Vito literally talked about you getting his surname, you idiot, and you didn't reject it. Yeah, like... I guess it's calling a grooming victim basically an idiot for being groomed. There are many things I could talk about. From his treatment of me since I joined Senate staff, the continued yelling, belittling, and expectations of us to speak up and yell at whoever he was dealing with, regardless of whether or not we had anything of value to add to the conversation. Oh, it's almost like he was encouraging dogpiling. It's about jibs? Ain't no way. Bible study. The Jefferson Bible, maybe. I stay far away from my church now because they believe people like me who have autism or disability believe that we have a demon. Yeah, that's definitely very antiquated Christian beliefs. Did you look at the video leaks? I looked at one of them, which was a conversation between Leo and Lumi. But we're trying to follow this in a concise order, or a structured order as much as possible. Something both Aaron and I have pushed against during our changes to the Senate, how he treats criticism, and generally the disgusting things he said in his original draft of the Jay and Jordan script. Hell, even the way he's treated certain people, cough Aaron cough. Alas, I genuinely lack the words to do so. Luckily for me, the other person goes over some of the awful shit Leo has done in their own statement so they can explain it better. Now, some of you may have noticed I have not deleted any channels, emotes, rules, roles, nothing. The only thing I've removed from the Senate has been stickers that feature my art and Aaron's. You guys can keep Bibble Bitch. That one's still funny. This is a goodbye. With that, this is a goodbye. There are a lot more easily accessible, mind you, examples of that kind of inappropriate behavior in channels that are still viewable by the public. I'm disappointed, but as such, I'm making my stance known. No amount of conversation will be able to excuse any of that. We have talked things out with Asuka, so I've removed their mention in this doc. Okay. So that is... Okay, that is Lumi's statement. We'll go with the next one, which is from K Cosmic, I think. Cosmic Bye Bye is what the document is called. Oh boy, are we still playing Leo Bingo? Yeah, we're probably gonna be... It's a long game. It's a long game. After watching Zay's video, I've opened my eyes on Leo. I cannot trust someone who screams. That's the moment you realized? The one piece... Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Yeah, apparently Peaches and Lumi stole shit from Jibs. Crystal made tweets about it. I don't know if stealing would be the right word, but... Jesus' legs are nailed to the cross, otherwise he would kick people like Leo. Hey, Akumu! And for the shit show, I just woke up to all this, so I'm just like trying to... It's not Hey, it's Cosmic, right? I know, it's K Cosmic, right? It took me a while to realize they were two different people. Okay! Content warning for talk of ableism, grooming, and abuse. Also, this is not some sort of cancellation Google Doc, it's a statement. Same goes for Lumi's and Aaron's, Hopeless Peaches. Hello, this is Cosmic, and I'm also leaving. I want to say that I'm not saying or doing this because of what Jay, Jordan, Kumo, etc. are saying. This is all me. This is a call that I am heavily referencing. There is a call that I am heavily referencing in this statement, but I encourage everyone to listen to. I say this now because I know this is a lot to read. Here's the call. So what is this call? Okay. Maybe that... Okay, it's privated now. Ripperoni. Unless it was the same call that we just, heard. The shitstorm arises. Akumu's in the building. Everybody run. Also, before I talk about my experience of being a mod, I just want to say on the record that the Rosa call was disgusting. I've said this openly, I don't tolerate ableism, and I am tired of people trying to defend this call, staff included. Yeah, but you'll partake in demonizing people who are calling it out, but whatever. If you defend the actions of the people who were treating Rosa like shit during the call, you need to take a long look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself if you truly care about disabled people. There's also a big difference between holding Rosa accountable for her actions and the conduct of people in that call. Leo, you yourself have said that some of your calls where you berate people start to feel like you were just ragging on a disabled person. Reflect on that. On the other hand, I am also so incredibly tired of people dragging the call back into the open after years just for a gotcha. It ain't just a gotcha. It ain't just a gotcha. It's genuinely bad, and you just said yourself that it's genuinely disgusting, but now you're trying to sit here and be like, yeah, but I'm sick of people calling it out. You guys aren't saints either. None of us ever said we were. The call should absolutely be looked at critically, but some of you are using ableism as a tool to push a narrative. Okay? Such as? You're not gonna be specific on that? Or give an example? Alright. This definitely feels like jumping ship to me already. It ain't from years ago. Like, it's like a year ago. Yeah, what did she say? Hold on. Yeah, the call back into the open after years just for a gotcha, it happened, like, last year. Didn't it? It did, right? Freaking what? And yeah, the topic deserves so much more light, because it didn't get that attention back when it needed it. I saw a significant issue from the first mod call I was in. Oh wait, when I became a mod, I already had an idea of what I was getting into. I was informed of Leo's past actions, but was told that he was making significant changes to himself, so I went through with it, because I believe people can grow and change. Yeah, February 2023, I don't know why they're trying to say 2022 now. From the first mod call I was in, I saw significant issues in Leo's leadership and the culture of the room, and for as much as Leo says he wants and accepts criticism, he doesn't. In fact, he prefers criticism to be handled in DMs privately, but he doesn't change his behavior, with one stipulation: Leo doesn't change unless Aaron brute forces him into doing so. I didn't know the full extent of this issue until I was behind the scenes. I thought, as I'm sure many other peanuts do, that Leo restructured Senate of his own volition for the good of the server after the Rosa call, but it took months. Aaron and Aiden left the Senate because of his lack of change. Aaron posted an ultimatum to him that they would cut contact unless Leo made changes to the Senate. Interesting strong-arming. He agreed, because he loves Peaches, and Aaron and Aiden made all the changes. Leo, your morals shouldn't be determined by what would keep Aaron around. Gotta highlight that one. All the restructuring you see in the server is because Aaron... now that Peaches is throwing him under the bus, like how much a lot of that old behavior, quote unquote, is going to come back because he no longer has to abide by what Peaches wants him to do. Who knows? Who knows? All the restructuring you see in the servers because Aaron and Aiden pushed for change despite Leo being vehemently against it. Let's look at the Raven Pines call. Leo asked frankly awful questions to see what, quote, level of cognition Raven had. Questions that had no relevance to the conversation, despite Leo claiming this. Him asking this was ableist, and this statement was expressed to him. Yeah, because Leo was like, oh, he just apologized for the slurs, and if he's not saying slurs anymore, that means he's not ableist, but there's more to it than that. This is literally the definition of a codependent relationship, I agree. Aaron's server, or at the time I was walking into or in class, or I would have done this myself. Aaron's server muted him to prevent a repeat of the Rosa call, and because Raven was at risk of saying very personal information. Leo left the gallery call, and in a staff call later that day, he proceeded to try and say that Aaron's server muted him to publicly humiliate him, and wouldn't listen to anyone telling him otherwise. Let me be clear, Leo. Knowing whether someone is autistic or not is relevant information for how to speak and address someone. Level of cognition, on the other hand, is something that should not be touched by anyone who isn't a psychologist or mental health professional. I don't care for your justifications or reasonings for this line of questioning. It's ableist. You were out of line. Just because slurs weren't thrown around doesn't mean it wasn't ableist, and which is exactly what we've been saying. Hey, Water Dorito, how you doing? I'm sorry that, that shit happened to you, man. Alright, in another... We're reading a statement from K Cosmic right now. In another call, I have personally told Leo to back off yelling or getting aggressive with Aaron. He backed off, but proceeded to berate them later in private. The same public/private disconnect continued to show up as I was told more about his past actions. He was friendly with Gilded Pooh and other members of Fox Mafia, even though they were making horrific sexual comments about Aaron. I mean, they do. They do. They do say awful things about Aaron. Let's not sweep that under the rug. He helped Logovert get rid of feral NSFW art on his Twitter likes. I mean, isn't that a good thing? Isn't that a good thing to get rid of that shit? I don't know. I listened to a call, here's the link again, in which he criticized a recent 18-year-old victim of grooming for going back to their groomer. I assume, is this the one about Jibs? Saying that they allowed another child to get preyed upon, going as far as to say they were a facilitator. He asked what was so appealing about this groomer, raising his voice when the victim was having trouble remembering the details of their conversations. I am disgusted with the conduct of him in that call. That person came to him of their own volition and passed him information about another potential victim, and Leo berated them for their grooming. Yeah, that one is Jibs? Okay. On top of all that, the other mods present at the time joined in because he screamed at them to do so. Sure, Leo apologized in the call, but who spoke up to the point that his conduct was horrendous? Aaron, who was later privately yelled at for doing this? Also Aaron, allegedly. He also encouraged a culture of bullying the same victim within Old Senate. This victim is a lesbian, but was groomed by a man. People would repeatedly tease them by calling them straight. And then some virtue signaling, you know. I wouldn't bring this up if I thought he changed his behavior, but he hasn't. People can grow and change with time, but I've seen a lot of this with my own eyes and ears, and the stuff I haven't personally seen, I heard from people I trust. To put it bluntly, I don't fuck with abusers. To Leo, leave. Reflect upon your actions, truly. You abused Aaron. I am not trying to slander you. I'm not one of your haters. I'm a person telling you to truly look at yourself and realize what you're doing. Your mods, Aaron included, are not your babysitters. You should have the wherewithal to know when to hold yourself back, and if you aren't capable of doing so, then you shouldn't be heading the Senate. To the Peanuts, you don't need Senate. You can and should leave. Leo is not your savior. Do not idolize people on the internet. Please keep yourself safe. Oh no! not fit to be the head of any. Oh, let me just read this. Leo is not fit to be the head of anything, let alone a conflict resolution server. I will not stand for ableism or by an abuser. That's why I'm leaving. Come to the Supreme Court instead. Oh, it's almost like K Cosmic hasn't learned. I'm sorry, K Cosmic. Jibs didn't give consent for this all to be made public. Yeah, I'm avoiding the call for that reason. Yeah, guys, you don't need the Senate. Come to the Supreme Court instead. We're making our own Senate. A happier Hugbox, we promise. Guys. that was an interesting turnaround. Oh shit, that got me good. That got me good. Holy shit. That was funny as hell. Yeah, we're making our own Senate with blackjack and hookers. Stop making Discord servers. I like that bait and switch at the very end. That was hilarious. Thank you. Thank you, Cosmic. Thank you. Alright. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Alright, this is from Hopeless Peaches herself. Motherfuckers building an online government. Okay, now we're getting... I forgot to turn on the, Forgot to turn on the music again. I apologize. Alright. From the horse's mouth. And that's not a dig, that's just a phrase. That's a turn of phrase. Hey, this is Hopeless Peaches. And this is the last time you'll hear from me. First of all, I want to again apologize for my part in the Rosa call in 2022. Was it? Okay, now people are saying it's 2022? I thought it was 2023. What the hell? So it wasn't 2023? Now I'm so confused. No, it was 2023? That's why I'm so fucking confused. Zay is live, he's probably going over the same shit I am. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Anyway, hey, this is Hopeless Peaches, and this is the last time you'll hear from me. I wanted to... Yeah, this is a weird sort of disassociation. 2022 was the earliest call. But the actual call was January... No, the 2023 one is Jibs. Rosa was 2022. Oh, now I'm having... Like, we're talking about the infamous one. This is a weird, like, disassociation thing that Peaches is trying to do right now. Anyway, I want to again apologize for my part. I mean, Vlad said he went into the metadata of the video, or the recording, and saw that it was, like, February of 2023. Anyway, we'll just move past that for now. I wanted to state so earlier, but everything else that piled on since made me shut down, and, well, here we are. If you've been in Senate for a while, you'd know of the Rosa call, and that I have regretted that call daily and genuinely done what I could to change the server so that it could never happen again. You know, doing everything except apologize, and then continuing that behavior when it came to other people, like Kumo. But, you know, Yeah. You definitely regretted it and then continued to do it to other people. Totally, Peaches. Sorry, I don't buy this. Because they then did it to Kumo. I don't know what happened for me to be so out of character as to allow that, let alone join in. But it doesn't erase that call, though, and that's why I've pushed myself, because I can't push myself for Senate anymore. Aw, poor baby. The reason I'm leaving the Senate and why I have purged all my social media is to get away from Leo Convoy and to find myself again. I mean, I've been saying this. The original archives were so lost that the dates have been muddled. So it must have been at the very earliest, like the end point of 2022. Which isn't far off from what we were saying already. Regretted that call daily. Peaches arguably was worse than— no, she was absolutely worse than Leo in that call. If they don't bring up the FCK, I'm done. This is probably not about that, though. So I've been saying for a while that it's very likely that Leo was definitely bringing out the worst behaviors in Peaches. So it's not a stretch of the imagination to speculate that Leo was definitely bringing out her worst traits. I don't know if I'd compare Peaches to Onision. I compare Leo to Onision. No, Kobe, we don't want spoilers. We'll figure it out. It's scary to admit it, but I feel it's true. He isn't a child predator. He isn't a child predator that I'm aware of, as some people have claimed. But that doesn't mean he's some savior of the innocent either. Thomas Guerrera is a man who has taken in vulnerable people, most he knew as minors. I mean, not physically. Who have not physically taken them in, but taken them in the online sense. Most he knew as minors who have trauma relating to sexual abuse by older men to fulfill his fantasy of a perfect family. All of us have been sexually abused by older parental figures. Jordan, Jay, Opal, and myself, my groomer, posed the same family dynamic. Recently, I have found out that Thomas tried to push 2 other young, barely legal AFABs who were specifically groomed by Joshua Vita. Wait a minute, what? Recently, I have found out that Thomas tried to push 2 other young, barely legal AFABs who were specifically groomed by Joshua Vita into this dynamic too, then treated them like shit when they refused. Yeah, all of us AFAB, and all of us with deep-rooted trauma that made us susceptible to further abuse. Thomas used that to his advantage to play house, and if you didn't act how he wanted you to, he would verbally and mentally beat you down into a pulp. This is a pattern, and I didn't see that until now. I struggle to sympathize with you, Peaches, but I'll hear you out. In mid-late 2022, I had just separated from an abusive partner, and was still coming to terms with the abuse I faced IRL and online, which is when I started talking to Thomas properly. Wait, so it wasn't— they haven't even known each other for that long? I could have sworn that Peaches at least knew Leo since, like, late of 2020. So it was towards the end of 2022? That's so weird. Talk about moving fast, Jesus Christ. I'm skip this song. Damn it, that one won't play. Oh, perfect. It's Miku. Shitty people have shitty things that happen to them doesn't mean you have to care. Exactly. Like, I don't doubt that Leo was abusive, but Peaches was abusive too. I mean, clearly. Properly, Enla. There's also a possibility that Peaches and Lumi are just lying. I mean, yes, it is just testimony. But I believe Peaches when they say that Leo was abusive, because we've seen him be abusive with literally everybody else. But that doesn't mean that Peaches wasn't also abusive. But I'm still hearing her out. I mean, I wouldn't be reading this if I wasn't. He seemed nice at first, but after a suicide attempt that resulted in my hospitalization, I had age regressed in the aftermath? But for how long? For how long? Huh? Thomas pushed the idea of a family onto me while I was in a vulnerable state, and when I woke up to being in his What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this cope? What? What? So now she's trying to say that she went into, like, a magical fugue state. A magical fugue state. And then was roped into this. And then just didn't... And then just kept going along with it? I don't know if I believe that, Peaches. But anyway, I'll read this again. I had age regressed in the aftermath. Thomas pushed the idea of family onto me while I was in a vulnerable state, and when I woke up to being in this family, I didn't know how to set that boundary again and say no. That was on me. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that, Peaches. I don't believe that. Sorry. X to doubt on that one. Shut up, guys. Shut up. Yeah. However, how Thomas treated me that moment I was in the family is not on me, and it's taken me too long to recognize that. For 8 months, Thomas would verbally and emotionally abuse me. He would use my triggers against me to push me into a regress state, then would scream at me about my own abuse. Just take everything that Peaches is saying here with a grain of salt, because we know Peaches has Zach left the Senate as well? Good. Good for him. Good for him. Age regressed. When did she wake up? When she said, a ducky, a ducky? Yeah, I don't know. Like, listen, I've had friends in the past who do, like, age regress as, like, a trauma response, but that's usually because of, like, deep, deep trauma. Like, I'm talking, like, CSA, like, early CSA kind of trauma, right? But Peaches is not a victim of CSA. I'm not gonna sit here and gatekeep, like, the age regression thing, because I don't know too much about it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I believe that she was in some magical fugue state and that she woke up to suddenly being in this abusive family and just didn't know what to do. When she's been having a death grip on Leo. Sorry, God damn it, sorry. I'll sit still, I promise. Sorry. But yeah, like, just keep in mind that Peaches has the propensity to over-exaggerate things. So, just keep that in mind. Enlo rocking, so cute. Shut up, shut up. It's annoying when I look back and see it rocking, so I'm gonna stop doing that. Okay. Where were we? He would tell me how I must be an abuse apologist because I doubted my grooming experience. Huh? And made extremely graphic and sexual comments about the abuse Jordan and Opal went through while I was age regressing and begging him to stop? As some sadistic way of making a point of what real abuse is. Again, take all of this with a grain of salt. This is definitely a he said, she said. I have no recorded proof of this. How convenient. But this week I realized during my social media purge... Okay, the music is distracting me. Sorry, Miku. Oh, this is much better. This is the far superior Vocaloid. Okay. I realized during my social media purge that I do have evidence of this behavior, albeit reined in. On the 28th of February 2023, Thomas and the old Senate mods had a call, yes we know, with an 18-year-old victim of Joshua Vita, who had their identity protected due to the comment. Yeah, and this is the Jibs thing. So I'm gonna skip that. By accident, in verifying information... Jesus Christ, what is all... Okay, I'm just gonna skip all this. Because I think that's all about Jibs. so I'm not gonna read that out. No screenshots though? Yeah, convenient. Thomas Guerrera keeps stating he has changed since the Rosa call in 2022, whilst lying behind the scenes and pretending the work me and Lumi did to restructure the Senate was on him alone, despite the fact Lumi and I left Senate for a while because of Thomas's lack of accountability and refusal to let us put changes into place. We came back because we thought Thomas changed and genuinely wanted to have a better place for people, to later find out he only placated us because he ran out of mods. Thomas would say he wanted mods who would hold him accountable, but when I called him out for his continued ableism toward Rosa in February of 2024, he snapped at me, and K Cosmic had to step in and stop him from yelling at me, only for him to then pull me into a private call and yell at me there instead. No recording? Okay. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't know why they keep saying 2022. It feels like a cope to me. On the 22nd of February 2024, Thomas had a call with a person called Raven from the SCC and was aggressive from the get-go despite Raven being civil with him. Thomas then chose to, by his own admission, assess their cognitive ability in front of over 100 people. I asked him to stop, Lumi tried to make him stop, and Thomas kept going, which made me have to server mute him, and he proceeded to get enraged at the mod staff, we saw that, and then came at me with only aggression about it when he heard from his wife that I was in distress and suicidal. What? Is this a different call?
No.
Oh boy. Okay. Buckle up, guys. This is gonna be something. Sorry, Sans, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Yeah, Peaches dropped a doc. Actually, hold on, let me... Oh boy! Let me text somebody real quick. I gotta order groceries. I'm getting hungry, and I don't have any. I don't have anything to eat. Get your bingo sheets ready. Yeah, if we're still playing bingo, by the way, guys. Let's not forget that. So this is the post Raven call, and I assume this is between Leo and Peaches, and probably some other people. I don't know.
Hello.
Hello. So what's this about me hating you?
Well, you heard that, like, you were upset with me in the mod call
From who?
from people in the mod call. Because
I would like a name, please.
Why do you need... You know who was there, Leo. It was Lumi... It was Lumi and Zach and another person that was in that call. Who else do you fucking think it was?
Because you thought I did it to embarrass you.
I want a name, Aaron.
Dodging it.
Like,
She clearly doesn't want to
if-
give you a name.
Because I'm upset that, like, you think that, like, I'm doing it to embarrass you when, like, I pinged you a couple times and then Lumi went into the call for me because I was getting ready to
Purple, I told you to avoid that kind of talk in my chat.
leave to go out. And then, like, you snapped at him because, like, he asked, like, what the relevance was. And, like, I put it again. And that's why I jumped in because, like, I wanted to jump in quickly.
Yeah, I know, Chris.
And that's why I server muted you just so, like, I could jump in just to say it just before, like, just in case Raven, like, said anything that's, like, overly personal. It wasn't, like, a dig at you. it was because, like, I tried a couple times and it was going on long enough that, like, Raven could start saying personal information. That's it. And then, like, I only meant it to be, like, while I was talking and then unmute you again and then leave because I wanted to leave.
You've stated that. But I just asked you,
You
who?
You didn't respond.
I wasn't going to.
Why?
Not for now. Because I'd rather talk to you once I am completely cleared, and once I know that I'm okay to have that conversation.
What is he talking
What's this
about?
about a recording?
Well, obviously, all mod calls are recorded.
Recorded. So in a mod call where I talk about how I don't feel like I'm trusted, the response to me being distressed and me being upset.
Miss Lou, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. But also, it's very funny how he's being like, but I'm distressed and you're not considering my feelings.
All mod calls are recorded.
Recorded. So in a mod call where I talk about how I don't feel like I'm trusted, the response to me being distressed and me being upset is to record it, tell you, and not tell me what's being communicated.
Well, you were saying
Too
I
bad.
only did it to embarrass you, so obviously they wanted to know my
Yes,
perspective.
because I was so instead of actually
Oh, hold on. I want to read that. Leo would commonly lose his temper and try to collect himself after his wife was informed of his abusive actions in March of 2023. He commonly let it be known that he used all of his energy to not continue to be abusive toward me. That's a red flag. If you have to constantly hold yourself back from like being abusive to somebody, that's a red flag. That's a sign that you should probably get out. Get out.
actually having a conversation, they just literally go behind my back and do this.
Well, you didn't have me in that mod call either.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Leo, you were talking about her without you were talking about Peaches without them around.
You weren't there.
Yeah, but you were talking about
And it wasn't
me.
even. Oh my god.
You brought all the mods in to talk about
I
like
didn't.
how are you
I
gonna...
didn't. I did not. I did not.
She
Bring
sounds intoxicated. It does sound like that, doesn't it? Why are people talking about pronouns instead of laughing that Peach's new name is ripped straight from Attack on Titan? Well, I mean, like, Aaron is a common, like, unisex name. Sounds like a werewolf holding themselves back when they see a full moon.
all the mods in. I didn't bring all the mods in. I didn't call them into a meeting.
The mod call was in the staff VC right after the Raven call.
Lumi wanted to chat. I hopped in chat. I did not summon the other mods.
Well,
And I told them how I felt. I told them the truth. And the response to I don't feel like I'm trusted is to...
I mean, yes, that might very well be age regression due to stress. It's possible, but I'm not going to sit here and try to diagnose somebody. Oh yes, growl, Leo, growl. Yeah.
essentially prove me right.
well,
Yeah, so either she's, like, tipsy, or she's age regressing. Who knows?
you don't trust me either.
Aaron, I do trust you.
You were saying that
And
I
you
just
know
did
I
it
do.
just to embarrass you.
Because, Aaron, you have done that.
Just to embarrass you? I didn't. I did it to protect Raven so they didn't say overly personal information.
Aaron, do you really not understand why I'd have an issue with how you went about that?
I pinged you twice and
Because you embarrassed me, Aaron. You embarrassed me.
Lumi went in to say what I
You
wanted to
know-
say and you snapped at him. What else am I supposed to do?
did not
Just wait?
snap. Aaron, can I answer?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you know full well I'm not always staring at my phone, especially when
False. Leo has repeatedly been found inside chats while at work, including the Raven call. I mean, we've seen on multiple occasions with Kumo and with North, when they both tried to engage in a conversation, either around Senna or around Leo, that he instantly responds. So it's like, this cope of like, I'm not constantly looking at my phone. I feel like you are, Leo.
Wanted to
No.
say, and you snapped at him. What else am I supposed to
I
do?
did
Just
not
wait?
snap. Aaron, can I answer?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you know full well I'm not always staring at my phone, especially when I'm at work. I'm not going to see pings. Not like that. Somebody could have easily just DM'd me, and Lumi could have popped in asking me to check it, which you guys have done multiple times now.
A DM is like a ping. A ping is like a public DM, Leo.
Other calls.
Okay, but I wanted
Multiple
to just...
times.
But what's the
I'm not...
difference?
Okay.
How is it embarrassing for me to just say that, like, the conversation is going askew and the questions aren't helping, and to just...
That's not what you did. And if you want to talk, then you've got to let me talk. Instead of just turning around saying that everything you did was fine, instead of hearing out what my issue here is. That I was going to just let rest for a while. That I wasn't going to immediately jump on. But apparently now I have to. Because people decide to...
Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. That's what we were kind of theorizing. I was freaked out due to being so traumatized by past actions that I age regress at any threat of aggression from Leo, not because of the mods. Okay.
To message you and freak you out.
Well,
Okay, this might get a little cringe, guys, but bear with me.
because they were asking me why I did it.
I told them I would speak to you about it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's take a moment to look at this. Let's say LARP. We'll put LARP down, why not? Battlebead? Is that Battlebead? Thank you for the subscription, dude. Great acting. Oh no, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's acting. Also, why would you do X? You can put that down as well. Unnecessary yelling, you can check that off as well. Okay. I think that's all we have. I.
Yeah, but like...
You heard that I would talk to you about it.
Yes, if you want a bingo card, if you want your own version of the bingo card, you can go into the Discord. It's in the What's the Word channel, pinned up there. Well, it's not pinned, but it's the latest comment in the What's the Word channel. You can get your own Leo Convoy bingo card.
Yeah, but...
Nah, not the you won't like me when I'm angry. No. Just him being aggressive. Just him being aggressive is not the same. He would have to say something like that in order for it to count. If it's in quotations, it's something that he kind of has to say. Along those lines.
They also want to know, like, why I do things.
No one took a single issue with it.
With what?
So it wasn't to come see why you did something. It was pretty obvious why you did it.
Silly Circus Opossum. Oh, sorry, the O is silent.
Which is why
Possum.
it was
Silly Circus
defended in the
Possum.
call,
Thank you for the
as
sub.
You heard.
Well, I didn't...
And I told you, because if you've heard that call... Go ahead.
I didn't hear the call.
You literally told...
I realized Enla is winning without even doing anything. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm winning, okay? I don't see this as a win. But it is kind of true that I haven't done anything to influence anything. This shit just happens and I'm watching.
Leah, that you heard it. But did you hear a call or not?
No, I heard what was going on from people, and then I knew that it was recorded.
Here's
said
the
it was
thing. Now this might get Peaches into some trouble. This call, because this is a private call, it might get Peaches into some trouble. Because I know that Leo lives in a one-party consent state. The problem is Leo's not consenting to this, whereas Peaches is the one... I'm assuming Peaches is the one recording this. And Leo probably doesn't know... Leo probably doesn't know that this was recorded. I noticed people joining the server, but FYI, the server is 18+. Yeah, North, it asks them as they come in if they are 18+. But, so I don't know what the party consent laws in where Peaches lives would help in this case. Because considering that this is a private call, I can join the server in like 35 days. Let's go. Okay. Congrats. Oh, I see what you mean. I thought you meant literally you couldn't, but I see. North, could you grab the, for the people who are too young, who are like not 18 or something, I guess you can grab, people lie, Enla. Well, yeah, but we can't be held responsible if people lie about their age. If people come into the server and lie about their age, the moment we find out their age, we just kick them. Because it is a public server. But anyway, North, could you grab the Leo bingo, and the one in the What's the Word channel and just post that in the chat real quick? That'd be great, thanks. I mean, to be fair, in a video, Leo said that whenever anything private of his is shared, his reaction is to just go, okay. This seems a bit different, though. Peaches is consenting, so it counts as her consenting to the call for one-party consent states. Really? Huh, okay. Enla, it'd be Britain's law, and she'd be fucked regardless because Britain is two-party. Yeah. Because I think the UK is two-party, while Texas is one-party, so it's a little muddy.
Recorded.
All of them.
Thank you, North, thank you.
All of them. Even though I'm sure all of them weren't recording, they somehow knew it was recorded.
I don't know who.
Aaron, just say Lumi.
I don't like.
Just say Lumi.
Well, I don't know who was recording it because Lumi's not told me about the call.
Then who told you about the call? Did you keep saying?
It's interesting that Leo's getting more upset that this information was shared with Peaches, rather than, you know, regretting any of the stuff he might have said about Peaches in that call, or apologizing for any of it. What does two-party mean? So when a two-party state means that when two people are having a private discussion, both parties have to consent to that call being recorded. A one-party state means that only one person participating in the private discussion has to consent to it being recorded. Party consent doesn't apply to Discord. I'm not entirely sure about that, but anyway. It kind of doesn't matter, because it's publicized now, so that's up to them to figure out between themselves.
Multiple people. You keep saying recording, but you won't tell me names.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't appreciate that. So now you're saying that I hate you? That I don't trust you?
Yeah, because you think that I do things solely to just embarrass you. And yesterday, you were saying that, like, the main reason why I'm upset about the Rosa call is because it's public. And then, like,
That is not what I said. That is not what I said. And we hold on. How many times do I have to go back and tell you that's not what was said? Because it wasn't. Because we talked about this yesterday too. So what's going on here? Do you just assume things about me like that?
No, because you said it was it was the main reason why I was upset about it, and then it took until, like, I was crying about it for you to, and you were saying that it's like that. Well, that.
Okay, guys, I'm not gonna sit here and say that she's pretending or that she's acting. I do think her crying is genuine. He's so loud, I keep having to turn the volume down. Oh, I apologize. Enla in the Discord, do you have an artist role? I made some Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so you don't have permissions at first when you first join. But, let me see. I can give you permissions. There you go. Yeah, sorry, it's to prevent raiding. It's to prevent raiding. Or at least to dial it back a little bit. Yeah, I know. It's like this is clearly not the time to be having this conversation. But
That's what you said. And that's what you said, and that's not.
I did not say the main thing, and I've corrected you on that multiple times. So why do you keep saying that that's what I said when it's not?
Because you said it was one of the main reasons why I was upset.
It is one of the main reasons why.
I can hear the moisture. Come on now, guys. There's different reasons that you can be crying. It could be stress crying, which is very believable right now. I know, Chris.
Why you're upset.
It isn't, though. And I.
How is it? Hold on. Upset about what?
About the call.
You are upset that it was made public because it's what you keep bringing to me.
Since 2022, I've hated myself for the Rosa call, yet did nothing to make up for it or apologize for it, I guess. Part I was upset about the call being public was that it was posted to mock Rosa and was bad for everyone, including victims of Necopon. No. Peaches, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. I believe you're feeling guilty. I believe you're feeling guilty and stressed because it's now coming out into the public and people are starting to catch on to how awful you were acting. I can imagine that's stressful to Peaches, and the stress that she could be feeling from that is genuine. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the tears or the crying is fake. I just don't think that she is truly remorseful or was truly remorseful for how that went down. Because not only did she continue to act that way after the call, but she never said anything about it. Like, she didn't do shit about it. She didn't do shit. So I'm sorry, I don't believe her when she says, oh, I felt so bad and I hated myself for how I acted in that call. But you're only just now talking about it, only when it's being, rediscovered. So I don't believe her when she says that. I'm sorry, Peaches, I don't believe you.
Every time you're reminded of it, and every time
I believe the crying is genuine because she's stressed. I can believe that. But yeah.
Consistently apologize for the fact that it was. So yes, that is something you're upset about. You've made that very clear.
I was saying that I'm upset that it was made public in a way where even the title and everything was also mocking Roser and stuff, and it was and it was humiliating to Mercer and stuff, but the actual call, I am upset about regardless of it because it makes me hate myself.
Normally, I would say that the bingo spot of Peaches interjecting to make it about herself would apply. However, this call is about her, so it's not really her making it about herself. So it's because it's already about her, so it doesn't apply here. And Leo, let's just... Honestly, Leo Bingo might not exist for that much longer, unfortunately.
You have stated, so how am I wrong?
Because you make it sound like...
Yeah, like I said, Jenny, I feel like there's a difference between guilt and remorse.
Please, you've got to stop ascribing that level of intent that was never stated.
See, here Leo goes again, of being unless I state my intent, you can't ascribe intent to me. But you're perfectly fine with ascribing intent to Crystal and Dorito when they make statements about wanting to disassociate from the Senate. You can ascribe intent to that. But no one can ascribe intent to Leo unless he explicitly states his intentions. So, if you have hypocrisy, I think hypocrisy is a spot on the bingo sheet. Put that one down. Sir, you're 38, not 3. Stop throwing a tantrum. Pretty much. I mean, if I was in his shoes and I was in a call with somebody and I suddenly get Sir muted, I probably would be a little, like, upset and offended about that. However, I would not be, like, I would not be getting upset to this degree where I'm, like, yelling at everybody. Question about Heaton and Ponder, are they still in Senate? I mean, probably they'll just very silently leave and not say anything. Honestly, that's my guess.
Or
Shit, what the this come on
level
now,
of
guys.
intent that was never stated.
Moving call on due to age regression going burr and being unintelligible. Okay.
Or
Thank you for sparing us. Thank you for sparing us. At this point, Leo is arguing against my own memory issues that get exacerbated when I age regress, hence why I recorded this call to begin with. I see.
like earlier, when we were having another conversation and you kept repeating it over and over and over again there too. It's not spaced out.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. I was just gonna say it because yesterday you kept cutting me off, and like I was trying to talk about my feelings. And,
My
like,
feelings.
Cutting you off when?
And like today,
Cutting you off when? But you're telling me that I kept interjecting and whatnot. If I did, it wasn't because I was trying to cut you off. It's because my reception was dog crap and I was trying to understand what you were saying.
Get better internet, Leo. Stop blaming it on that. You live in Texas.
and you get it over and over again when I was trying to say how I felt.
Aaron, because you kept repeating the same things over and over again.
Because I wanted to talk.
I think a silent leave for Heaton and Ponder would actually be the best option, in my opinion. I really hope they don't have to get dragged in. Here's the thing, I kind of have to agree with you, because at this point, Ponder trying to make any statement would just be seen as like, really, Ponder, you're gonna speak up now? Like, at this point, I feel like Ponder might as well just stay silent completely, and just ignore it completely. Because, unless she has a very good reason to have continued to stay silent on all of this continuously, I don't think she has any justification.
Talk about the fact that like I've been worrying a lot lately about stuff, and it's making me like
what?
more anxious about everything. And like I don't mean to be annoying when I like repeat myself, but when I don't repeat myself, people start assuming.
Don't you think,
what I
Inla, that
mean.
Heaton should be also held accountable?
Who's people?
Yeah.
Because I'm not
Yeah, I
those
do.
people.
Like you do today. You did today because.
So are you all saying what Leo and Peaches said to people being predators was a lie? Because that's what I'm hearing from you all, so you're predator defenders? What? I saw Rosa in the video when it was paused. What Rosa in what video? Oh, are you being sarcastic? I have no idea.
Because you started saying that like I was doing everything to just embarrass you, and I wasn't. I was. The reason why I had to cut in was
Okay, fair enough.
Was because like I didn't want to wait until Raven gave personal information, and that wasn't a condemnation on you. Because I know what you're trying to ask.
No, you don't. Stop. When I am communicating to you that something like that bothered me and why, continuing to justify it without hearing me out does not help. Because you did not come in there.
As you can see, Leo's only priority was his fragile male ego, and not the fact he was publicly embarrassing somebody on the spectrum, and then taking out said anger at the fact he was corrected on somebody he will publicly lie about caring for when they're age regressing. Leo is an ableist and will use vulnerable people as a punching bag.
acting concerned. You did not come in there. You could have found multiple
Yeah, Leo-splaining. If you got Leo-splaining and or analogy arguments, put that down as well.
ways to properly get my attention. What you did, Aaron, was you came in there, announced that you server muted me, condemned what I was going on about.
Thank you,
That's
North.
why I left. Because in front of 103 people, you came in unannounced, server muted me, announced it, made it very clear you condemned what I was doing. So I left.
I'm
Because
done.
why in the world would I stay when it's clear that you don't think I can handle that conversation without you coming in and having to wrangle me? Your words.
Because you didn't listen, and when Lumi went in to also say something, you snapped at him.
I did not snap at Lumi. I said, if you'll give me a moment, I will show you how I'm trying to do this.
Yes, and we
Lumi
saw.
did not come in and say,
We were
"Can you
saw
stop?"
because I messaged you. No, because
Aaron.
you no, because you keep saying stop assuming things, and then you go around and talk about me like I'm a terrible person whose only thing is that I have no care in the world about people. I just come in to embarrass you.
That is
You
not
can't have
what
you can't have.
I mean,
said it,
to
and
be
you can't
fair,
have-
that isn't what Leo was saying. It's definitely an over-exaggeration of what Leo was talking about, but again, it's Peaches. This is what we come to expect from them.
moderators when you're doing.
See, my only problem with this is that when the Rosa call happened, Peaches actively joined in on the bullying, so I feel it's a bit hypocritical. No, it's very hypocritical, and like I said, I don't believe her I don't believe them when they say that, you know, they just felt so awful about it and remorseful for it and just hated themselves for it for so long. I don't believe that. I believe they're feeling guilt and stress because it's being called out finally.
Conflict resolution, and you're asking super personal information from somebody, and somebody says, I don't agree. I do not agree. What else do you want me to do? Do you want me to just sit there and wait?
I just told you what you could have done.
I did.
And again, instead of
I
Can you stop?
tried. I tried.
Can you stop? Stop. Aaron, stop. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to tell you why I feel the way I feel. I'm trying to tell you why I think the way I think. And instead of listening to me, which is what you require of me and what I always give you, you're just continuing to justify it and tell me to essentially shut up and I'm wrong.
Yeah,
And you've done this multiple times now.
you literally said that I had no concern and no care. I just came in just to embarrass you.
That's how it felt, yes.
Oh, what? Can I hop in the VC real quick? Yeah, sure, North. Sure. I know there's a lot going on right now. We'll just get a bit of we'll get a bit of a call in from North real quick. No, so yeah, can we just time out someone from Texas? Like just for a couple hours? That'd be great. Thank you.
Getting real tired of grown men hiding behind skirts.
Hello?
Hello.
So do you know the announcement that was made by Lumi?
Is it a recent one?
It's the one you just covered.
Okay.
Lyle actually deleted that from the server announcements.
Oh, of course he did. Of course he did. That's hilarious. So if you didn't hear what North just said, Leo deleted that announcement that Lumi made in the Senate. North, shout me out. No, don't shout him out.
I'll keep quiet.
Freedom of speech, not freedom of consequence. Exactly. Did you need to say anything else, North?
Nope, that's it. Thank
Okay,
you for
all right,
having
no
me on.
problem. Okay, cool. That was North, everybody. Give North a round of applause. We can hear him fine, by the way. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we'll get back to this.
That is 100% how it felt to
So yeah, now he's trying to say like, oh, well, you just felt that way, but I wasn't saying that. Which both might be in. I mean, like both are in the wrong here. But anyway,
me, which is why
Then I
I
won't
was going
moderate
to
in
take
Senate
time.
anymore. Then I won't
That's
moderate
not
in
what
Senate
I
anymore.
Can you stop? Can you
No.
stop that, please?
No,
No,
because I'm
please listen to me.
actually no,
Please
because I'm
listen to me.
no, I'm not. I'm actually finished. I'm done because no,
Aaron,
you can't sit there.
Aaron.
And say,
stop.
no, you can't sit there and say that you want conflict resolution and you want people to criticize you when it's needed to. I didn't go in there and say that you're being a terrible person. I said that I don't agree with how you're going about it and it needs to move on.
W,
because
thanks,
Raven
North.
could start giving off personal information, and I just wanted to stop that because I pinged you twice. Lumi came in to be more polite about it, and Lumi did ask. Lumi actually asked, "What's the point?" And you shut him down, snapped at him, and just said, "Well, you'll figure it out."
Okay, all right. The real Peaches is coming out. The real Peaches is coming out now.
That was paraphrasing. Don't come at me for that. I'm saying that that's paraphrasing of essentially you saying, "Shut up and find out," when we couldn't. It wasn't something that we could have a little conversation after because I'm trying to be preventative. That's why I did it.
information?
I don't know,
What's
but
super personal
I,
information?
I don't know, but like
Yeah, we know. It was super
sometimes
personal
people can,
information.
like, start talking
Hey,
about their
Leia.
diagnoses online, and
There's a
which
lot going
they may
on, huh,
not
Leia?
like, you know, which some people don't like disclosing publicly. The 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 driving thing. A lot of people that one didn't
Peaches
even really
being
help
peeled.
just because so many people can't drive for
You're
a
killing me.
myriad of different reasons. And like I was doing it to be preventative. Because it also made me upset because when I brought up the thing like what you said about Rosa yesterday and like the ableism in it, like you seemed like you were receptive, but then when we spoke in private you were mad at me again.
I wasn't mad at you, but the fact that you keep saying it was a defense upset me because I literally stated in that thing in the very first statement that the call was inexcusable.
No, I was because I said that it's because you came in after Endo was using that as an excuse for why the call was like that, and like also the ableism thing was the thing that I was most focused on.
Yes, which again, I still don't quite. I disagree with it, but I understand it. I'm not always going to agree with you.
Like, okay,
Two
I
stubborn
can
people
get
butting
that,
heads,
and then,
yeah.
like I can understand that. Then the main thing is the
Yeah,
ableism
Shadow
was the
Senpai,
thing
it's a
that
lot to
messed me
keep up with.
and I
For
felt
sure. It's imploding really
thrown
fast.
back and upset because when we were in the mod while talking about it, like it seemed that you took it on board, but then when we spoke in private, you were mad at me.
Yeah, let's
I
not have the
don't think I
pronouns
was
fight
mad
in
at you. I
chat,
don't
guys.
recall being angry at you. Can you tell me more about that?
It was like snapping
Wait,
at
what?
me, and
Leo?
then, like,
Leo?
you raised
Leo? Hold on. Hang on, sorry. We need to back up a little bit.
seemed that you took it on board, but then when we spoke in private, you were mad at me. Like,
Okay, so this is a different thing altogether. This is a different situation altogether, I
think
think.
that you took it on board, but then when we spoke in private, you were mad at
No,
me.
Jenny, it's... We're not gonna sit here and try to insist that Peaches is still gonna go by she. Thank you. But, it's not our call to make. It's just, I don't really care which pronouns I use at this point.
Me.
I'm just using all of
think
them
I
now
was
at this
mad at you.
point.
I don't recall being angry at you. Can you tell me more about that?
Was like snapping at me, and then like you
Is it a
raising
bingo
your
hit?
voice at me, and then like I was starting to feel like small again, and then like you was still raising your voice at me, and I didn't know how to deal with it.
You ever see like a puzzle being solved and part of your brain
Okay, well, we already had the analogy arguments thing down, but if you didn't already have this on your bingo, Leo-splaining and/or analogy arguments, because we're about to get another one.
recognizes how it got solved, but the other part of your brain doesn't think it makes any sense.
I wrote it before you said to stop. I know, Jenny, I know.
Oh god, that was a terrible example. I
It
apologize.
was Leo.
Where you see the logic of something, but you still question it. Like it still doesn't quite fit. So that's why, for me, I see Rosa capable of malicious plotting, which
Wait, what?
doesn't fit. So that's why, for me, I see Rosa capable of malicious plotting.
He's still gonna make excuses for that now? Like, he's like, I mean, look, okay, I'm not gonna argue against that. I've seen and heard that Rosa has done a lot of impulsive things. That does not mean that it's malicious, though. But, yeah. I don't remember being angry at you. Isn't that like, I don't remember the word, but invalidating in a way? Like, just because he doesn't remember he was angry doesn't mean that doesn't cause harm. Yeah.
Which
malicious.
Takes us, I'm not gonna say a high
malicious
level of cognition, but like enough to understand cause and effect, to understand that they're intentionally doing wrong. So to me, when I see that, I can't sit there and in my mind like say, well,
yeah,
they
he's trying to
couldn't
be
possibly
like
known how to remove a
intellectual
predator when
right
they knew
now.
it was. Like I don't understand how
Baby, come back and you
somebody
can blame it all
plot
on
to that
me.
degree, but at the same time not be capable of removing a predator when they know what a predator is. And that they
So
should
yeah,
remove
he's still sitting here trying to make excuses for the Rosa call. He's still trying to justify it. Even though he says, oh, it's been addressed and I apologize for it, he's still trying to make excuses for it. I feel like age regressing from listening to this call. Karaoke stream when? Yeah.
Now,
deflation.
These are things I say to you because you are my friend. Because
I had already asked to not be family here, hence him calling me a friend. Ooh. Oh. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Now, these are things I say to you because you are my friend, and because I love you, and because we have these conversations. This is not something I'm going to go on and consistently say in public, though.
So, oh, it's been a while now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is on the 22nd. Or this is on either on the 22nd or the 23rd. Hold on. Let's unpack this. Peaches says here, I had already asked to not be family here, hence him calling me a friend. But then pushing in an I love you which I expressed already made me uncomfortable. But hold on. But hold on. When he was having that argument with Crystal and Dorito, he was getting upset that people were putting daughter in quotations. But Peaches has already basically disowned herself before this point. Like, drop the link? Which link? Isn't that love bombing? Enla, you're not cooking? What do you mean I'm not cooking? Enla, that's not what it says? What do you mean it's not what it says? I've already asked to not be family here. Hence him calling me a friend. And this was on the 22nd or the 23rd. On the 23rd. Right? But Leo was still continuing to publicly, like, as he's here as in the call. Yeah, but this call happened before the stuff with Crystal and the stuff about the FCK server and Akumu's video. Actually, Akumu's video came out, I can't remember what day it came out. But it was definitely after this. Wait, Shade, I don't understand. Explain, yeah. Yeah, can you try to explain a little bit what you mean? I mean, let's be honest, this isn't the first time Leo's done this. I'm pretty sure after Jordan was disowned, he was still trying to publicly use Jordan as like a they're my kid sort of chip. Yes, I don't know where the Google Doc is. Oh, I see. No, as in for the call, they didn't want to have the call as family. Oh, like it's not a... Oh, I'm so confused now. I'm so confused now. But we'll let it continue then. Maybe I wasn't cooking. Maybe I wasn't cooking. Yeah, that's what we're going over right now, Sophia. In the document Shade, she didn't want to be called a daughter anymore. Yeah, but the document was like dropped today. The timeline is a bit weird here. Yeah.
Because we have these conversations. This is not something I'm going to go on and consistently say in public, though.
Fucking Star Wars.
All right, I feel you're kind of spacing out on me.
Alright, if you have extremely awkward silence, you can put that one down as well.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I love that Leo has the audacity to ask Peaches if she's okay after he spent all this time yelling at her and gaslighting her. That's funny, but, you know, whatever.
But the stuff with Jay and Jordan coming out and them saying stuff, it makes me remember more stuff about us arguing. Well, not arguing, but like, you know, like you shouting at me and stuff. And
Okay. Well,
it makes me more anxious talking to you. But then you
Same,
get mad at
Anastasia.
me when, like, I am, but I'm trying to explain myself.
okay. Well, I appreciate you giving me that context. So, my first question, non-derogatory here, I want to make that clear.
Okay, Gaming Zimma, what are you talking about? Suggesting Enla users named Flutterio, Lordbin, Mazza, aka Jet. What are you talking about? Went after Rosa as well and said horrible things to Rosa as well. They were telling her not to breed. They said that about Rosa. Thank you for your input, but I don't know who those people are.
Why would you even pay attention to what Jay and Jordan are saying right now?
No, it's because it was brought up at all and it's stressful and then it reminds me of that and then I get stressed out.
Okay. When was it brought up?
I don't remember.
This feels like a really unproductive conversation.
I know, it's been on my mind a while.
It's been on mine too. And that's probably one reason why I've been on edge, because it does bother me and I just honestly don't know how to deal with it.
Well, he definitely didn't deal with
That's
it the
why I
right
thought
way
that,
later
like,
on.
when you were saying that you want to just have a conversation with me and you didn't want any mediators at all, that it meant that you just wanted to shout at me.
No. The reason why I wanted to have a conversation with just you and me instead of mediators is because I know that you tend, and I didn't say this in call because, again, I don't actually want to ever embarrass you if I can help it. But I know sometimes you feel like if more people are involved,
JJ!
you get ganged up on.
Hey, Jay.
And I understand some of your trauma and I understand some of your reaction.
JJ is in, like, my friend Jay? Old friend Jay? Old mod Jay? Is that you? If so, good to see you, man. I recognize the PFP. Hang on, let me back up a little bit.
Some involved, you get ganged up on. And I understand some of your trauma. And
Peach not wanting to be called daughter anymore could also be in relation to him changing pronouns as well and not being comfortable being called daughter. You know what? That might be the case, yeah. But he specifically said he was mad about it being put in quotations. He specifically was mad about it being like in context of like found family stuff. But you might have a point there. You might have a point there. Well, hey Jay, how you doing? Long
I
time no
understand some of your
see.
reactions,
There's a lot going
so I
on
think
here,
it would
as you
just
can
be better
see.
if it's just you and me talking about it. Because the last thing I would want is, because it was Sunny who offered to be a mediator. Last thing I want is for both of us to come in and Sunny to in any way take my side and that distress you because you feel like you're getting ganged up on. You know?
Okay. It just stressed me out because I've been stressed out because you've been snapping at me a lot lately. And then I come back home and find out that
Now, same shade. I
you're
just woke up.
saying that I'm just doing things to embarrass you and snapping at people who are defending me, and then say that you just want to talk to me on my own after sounding annoyed.
These two cannot hold a conversation to save their lives. Let's just be honest. But Jay says, I can see that. I'm good. Just hella busy, as you know. How are you? I miss you. Yeah, it's been busy lately as well over on my neck of the woods, but good to see that you're doing well too. Jay used to be a mod on my streams, like back when I was still doing Twitch stuff. And they used to be a mod in the Discord. Yeah. He doesn't know anything about any of this that's going on.
And this is why I hate games of telephone. Do you really not recognize how you came off when you came in there and did that?
No, because I asked for it to stop multiple times and then you snapped at Lumi. That also made me feel upset because I was the one who asked Lumi to come in there to say what I was wanting to say, and then Lumi got snapped at.
Ah, no, you're fine,
Like,
Jay.
I wanted to jump in because like it needed to be. I felt like it needed to be stopped quickly.
No, Jay is not the one who banned the Reddit word. That was Rinky Mary or Hans, another former mod.
That's all.
Aaron, you didn't come in there in like a quiet tone. You came in there, announced that you have server muted me.
So yeah, Leo is just mad that he
went
got
off about it.
embarrassed. That's it.
You essentially condemned what I was doing, and you announced to everybody that I had been server muted.
Yeah, because you were server muted, so I could talk. So that's not confusing. And also, so because you don't see your
I
phone.
can't wait for Kumo to
so
make an
if you're
evil,
trying to
mean
talk,
version of
I
the
wasn't
stream.
talking over you.
Bizarro endless stream.
We have been in multiple calls, specifically between you and Lumi. Well, rather, you and Lumi have been
Maybe
in
it was
calls
me.
where Lumi will just say, "Hey, check your messages."
Yeah.
I think that could have been.
Yeah, Jay, you have no idea how much that pisses people off in the Discord server that Reddit is a banned word.
That could have been done instead.
Yeah, but like you snapped at Lumi.
Because Lumi came in and started asking for relevance instead of just literally doing what you guys do with each other all the time.
Okay,
That's the
but
point.
I asked Lumi to go in there because I sent 2 messages already, and like also and like
Okay, this is dragging a little
also
bit.
because you snapped and you'd been snapping a lot lately. If I just said it as just check your DMs, it honestly felt like you would have continued anyway, because especially with snapping at Lumi, and I wanted you to stop and I wanted
anyone who would follow your lead, because people follow your lead a lot in Senate,
That's true. That's true, they do.
to all know my open stance on it. Because if I have to keep everything quiet
Yeah, Selena,
just
you're
so
right.
you're not embarrassed by me saying it, then
Leo would regularly try to keep my true feelings just in private for him to then twist what I think and say himself to fit and say himself to think what I think and say himself to fit the situation. Punctuation, Peaches, it exists. I like how he told one CC member I just didn't want to talk to them because, quote, they said you'd call them a predator, instead of the fact I had a mental breakdown about the public in general and was in clear suicidal distress. I have no idea what Peaches is trying to say here. So what's all this about? Jay, it'd be way too much to explain. So there's basically this guy who called himself a predator hunter, Diet Mama Max. His name is Leo Convoy, and he runs a Discord server called the Senate, which is basically just a mini cyber cult based around him. And he's getting called out for a lot right now. He's getting called out for being verbally abusive to, like, his found family members and driving them away. And recent events unfolded today where Hopeless Peaches is now jumping ship and labeling Leo as an abuser as well. Despite Leo having spent, like, almost an entire month right now just completely going to bat for her. Yeah, you need wine for this. Buckle up. And so now we're reading a document that Hopeless Peaches put out. Alright, someone get me a shot. And we're listening to some leaked calls that were private between them that Peaches has publicized. Guys, unrelated, but what the fuck is that video in the bottom right corner? BDSM mom? I have no idea.
one, that means that only
Do you guys know this person? Some people in the chat do know Leo, yes.
as much as you want to tell people is expressed to the rest of them, which does not communicate what the issue is. And two, like, again, like, that would mean that I'd have to send another message into your DMs, wait the reasonable amount of time, and then go, oh, could you check your DMs? And then have a little pause, and then have a back and forth. And I didn't have time for that because I was already late to go out. And
Yeah,
you snapping
basically
at
Leo's
Lumi
really trying to justify, like, all he has to say is that I feel embarrassed about this. And I wish that we could talk about this, but he has to be mad. That isn't your recommendations, is another skeleton in your closet. Nah, it's just a, what the fuck? I have no idea who this is, I swear.
made me feel like, you know, that I had to just step in and flatly say no, because that's what I'm supposed to do as a moderator.
No, we're not watching that.
That's
I'm
not.
trying to express to you how I felt and what I think the problem is. If you're not open to it, that's fine.
If you're saying that, like, I embarrassed you in front of so many people, then you know that so many people were there, and therefore, like, why it is a pressing issue to make sure it's stamped out quickly when somebody is potentially going to start saying
Honestly,
very-
all these two have to say to each other is, hey man, I got embarrassed when you server muted me so suddenly. And then Peaches just has to say, I felt like I had to. Maybe it was hasty of me. I apologize for that, but I felt like I had to in the moment. Like, this is going on for way too long.
personal information, and that's not something I want to wait until it's already said. I want to make sure quickly and swiftly that it is not done at all, and that is like that's all I was doing. And then you said that I didn't do it with any concern, but I did have concern because I know that
I do recall in the mod call that Leo had with Lumi and the others that he did say, like, pretty clearly that he felt like Peaches was doing it just to embarrass him and that she's done this kind of thing before. And we've seen Peaches take satisfaction in embarrassing people in front of people. We've seen her take sadistic pleasure in that before.
And also, on top of that, I've said many times before that
Yeah,
the way
this
that
is
you ask these
Peaches.
questions isn't the correct way of going about it, because you're asking for a lot of personal information. and I get dismissed whenever I say that. So that's
Grandma
another reason
water.
why I jumped in, because
You're not. Let's stop that. You're not ever dismissed. I literally listen to you all the time. I adjust everything I do because I listen to you all the time. Why are you saying
Oh, admission right there.
you're not ever dismissed? I literally listen to you all the time. I adjust everything I do because I listen to you all the time.
I listen to you all the time. I literally adjust everything I do because I listen to you all the time.
Why are you saying you're dismissed?
Cope and C is going over the Jibs call. Oh, that's unfortunate, because they didn't want that call to be publicized. But
because when I've brought up the issue with those types of questions before, it's been shrugged off, and then it happens again. And
How has it been shrugged off? Because my entire process was trying to determine where they actually were because I had caught them lying twice in that call. You say that you've taken issue with how I asked these questions before,
Yeah.
and that I blow you off about it, but now you're saying that I wasn't doing anything intentionally wrong, but you just said that what I'm doing is wrong and that I'm blowing it off, therefore it's intentional.
No, you were being aggressive at the start of the call, and you weren't when you were asking the questions, but you had been before. And then you snap yet again at mod staff who ask about stuff and are trying to be polite and trying to divert the situation and try and move it along without quote unquote embarrassing you. But then when I have to finally step in and just serve a and say, I
Oops.
personally disavow it,
Jibs and Beckett cleared things up. They are going to cover it together. Okay, that makes sense to me.
but this is why I'm leaving now. You left. And
Yeah, I left.
And then you sit around going like, I wouldn't be surprised if Susie doesn't ever want to have a call here anymore, and I wouldn't be surprised, all because of me.
I won't go over the call still. If you guys want to go to the Cope and Seethe stream and see them cover the Jibs call, you are welcome to do so.
And me doing
Having
what
us
I feel
both
is
go
right
over
as
it
a
at the same
moderator
time feels redundant.
isn't me attacking you or just doing it just to embarrass you. I'm doing it because I'm caring about the safety of people in the server. I thought that
Stream
you would
snipe them.
understand and appreciate the fact that I will put, that kind of safety ahead of appeasing you. I thought that you wouldn't.
Leo never would have appreciated that, because that's not what he's interested in. And I think you know that now, Peaches.
Prioritize like what you looked like in the call above the
Everyone's
personal
fucking live right now. Everyone's live. Y'all are hungry. The attention is getting split.
It feels like that's what's been prioritized today.
Okay, I'll keep my stream brief then. I'll just stick to the documents and stuff, and I'll let everybody else cover what they want to cover.
Okay, I'm gonna go now then, because
Why do you feel like you need to go?
Because.
Okay, so there was another call. Call 2. This call is the morning after the call where I regressed. The intent was to talk to Leo on equal footing. Okay. We're hungry, Enla! Enla, to be fair, this is like the hypest shit. This is some good tea, damn!
I'm just upset still about the stuff that I heard from the mod call.
This is her not age regress, because she sounds the exact same.
Okay.
Which doc is this in? This is in Peach's doc.
Well, you said that Lumi came in shouting at you, but he
Don't say that, Jenny.
didn't. And then you
Akuma,
instantly
why?
went on-
Akuma, no, look at Akuma's fucking thumbnail. What is that thumbnail? Okay, so, what is this thumbnail? You guys, with your fucking thumbnails. I'm surrounded by literally insane people.
To talking about me and said that, and you didn't even name me. You were like doing this weird like, oh well, somebody was doing that, as if like I was just so annoying that there's not even point mentioning me by name.
Yeah, I'll keep my stream brief.
Yeah, I think you're reading too much intention there, but go ahead.
And then you.
Yeah, I think you're lying, but go on.
And then you were saying that I, like intentionally went in there to embarrass you, which isn't saying that's how you feel. That was you saying that I was intentionally doing it that way. And then when Lumi said
What a great
that
feast.
you and him both know that that's not true, you said, well, I don't know. We don't know that, do we? As if, like, you're questioning everything I do. And that
Is this
I
sped
do
up?
things
Oh, no.
intentionally
We gotta speed it
to,
up.
like, just do bad.
Okay. For the past few weeks, it feels like you've been micromanaging everything I do. It feels like you are on eggshells about anything I
Oh,
say.
sorry. I'm
how I
stimming
conduct myself
again.
in any
Sorry.
way. And in that moment,
I'll grab
it was
my
just too much.
stim
That's why I left the
toy.
call, because I figured if I can't even
Sorry.
handle this, there's no point in me being in this call.
This is common. Oh, sorry. This is common for Leo after a reasonable pause and him ending a statement. If you have a rebuttal, call out a lie. He acts like you just interrupted him as he scrambles to adapt his statement. You'd never have a discussion, only listening to him.
You've been micromanaging everything I do. It feels like you are on eggshells about anything I say, how I conduct myself in any way. And in that moment, it was just too much. That's why I left the call, because I figured if I can't even handle this, there's no point in me being in this call.
Well, it was.
Does she still abuse the mods? I'm still recovering from my starvation. What are you who's abusing the mods? Am I still abusing the mods? Yes.
It wasn't a case of you
Yes.
thinking that you couldn't handle it. It was a case of you saying that, like,
Not
I
done.
was.
Not done. Not done. I'm giving you the reason why I left the call.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as far as what was said about you, I have been cognizantly aware of the fact that you get distressed over people thinking that you and I agree on everything and that you agree with what I do. It is something that you have brought up multiple times as a point of contention. So sometimes I feel like you overplay when you disagree, and that sometimes you. What's the word I'm looking for?
The thing is, Peaches does over-exaggerate things when she disagrees. Like, she does do that. They're revealing all of Leo's secrets. I don't know if these are really secrets, it's just confirming what we already kind of knew.
Not embellish, but you hyper-focus when we don't.
No,
just to
she
show
does
that you don't always
embellish.
agree with me as a defense against that. That's why I thought you did it to embarrass me. Because I have felt. I'm trying to get my thoughts out here.
Yeah, and I stopped.
And-
So can you please?
I know.
If
I'm not fussing. I'm just saying I'm trying to get my thoughts out.
Mhm.
This isn't easy.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Because of
Basically,
how
Shadow.
you've been responding to a lot of things, the fact that you have been very focused on that, that is what I thought in that moment. I thought you were trying to make a point. I thought you were trying to just make it very clear that you did not agree, because you were gun shy about everything that's been going on with the Rosa call, and you made it very obvious that you were worried that's going to happen again. And you made it obvious with the call we had the day before then, too.
Mm-hmm. But, like, I was right to worry, evidently.
No, you weren't. I wasn't sitting there being an ableist and beating down this person.
Actually, you were actually saying things that could be quite ableist, and I tried to tell you, like, multiple times in the chat, like, to stop.
So
move
kind
on,
of, okay, I know you've been locked in a closet for a really long time, Jay. It's okay. But, so for context, what they're talking about is they were having a call on the 22nd of February with someone named Raven, right? And Leo began asking Raven very, very, way too personal questions. Like, do you have guardians? How cognitive are you on the autism spectrum? Do you have a driver's license? Or like, and he says the reason why he was asking those those unrelated questions is because he was trying to figure out if Raven was lying about being on the spectrum or having guardianship, which is not his business to try and sift through. And so, in response to that, a mod in the Senate named Lumi came into the call trying to get things back on track and be like, hey, this doesn't sound very relevant. And Leo shuts Lumi down, and says, like, let me be done first, I'll handle this. And so in response to that, Peaches comes in and server mutes Leo and says, okay, I'm server muting him. This is not a good line of questioning. Let's take this away from that. Right? And then Leo got mad about that and left the call in a rage and had a mod call later where he was dressing down the mods and being like, she did that to embarrass me. Peaches did that to embarrass me. I'm in front of all those people. Does a full recording exist? We went over that earlier in this stream, but it is in Lumi's document if you wanted to see it for yourself.
And other mods
But that is what they are discussing right now.
And you were in the side chat, by the way.
But the driving stuff, I didn't see until after I left the call. You were talking about the memory thing. That I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I wasn't being ableist. And I didn't treat Raven like I treated Rosa.
No, I'm not saying you were, but I was right to worry because you're saying about me overcorrecting, but you were also like going really hard on trying to figure out exactly what their diagnosis is and all of this stuff. When I'm trying to say that you don't need to do that.
I was trying to figure out if they were lying about things.
But that's, yeah, exactly. Like, I was trying to figure out if they were lying about being disabled. It's like, what? That's none of your business. And also, he's not a psychologist, you know? Because he's asking these questions, he was asking these questions under the assumption that people on the spectrum or that have guardianship can't drive or are unable to drive. So, yeah.
You need to also stop just assuming that people are lying, because you assume that people are lying, but then...
It wasn't an assumption.
It's...
I'm sorry, but it wasn't an assumption. She did previously, both in the call we had beforehand and twice before I started even talking about the driving thing.
Yes,
it wasn't an
but
assumption.
She was there to have a civil discussion about it, and if she says that she can't remember, I can believe that. Because
yeah, I don't know,
if
Caesar.
If you're having to explain to her why the action was bad in the first place, obviously it wasn't notable enough for her to remember every instance.
That's a disconnect that I don't understand, and hopefully you can walk me through that, because it's pretty clear to me that she does see that it was a problem.
Not to that
And
extent,
she did.
like, because you had to explain what the problem
Oh yeah,
was.
I should probably explain that Raven is someone who was like a member of a Discord server where there was a predator in there, and it's like totally stupid and unrelated. Where is Rink anyway? Rink, I'll save you, buddy. Rink, I asked... A couple months ago, I asked Rink, like, hey, do you still want to moderate? Because things are going to get kind of active in here. And Rink decided to step down from being a moderator, but he's still in the Discord. I think he has the Frog Prince tag, and I think he's the only one with that tag, so nobody else gets that role except for him. But yeah, he's still in the server, he's hanging out, but he's just not really related to any of this.
And on top of that, like... You've ignored my memory issues a lot, and you assume that everyone's lying. And also, on top of that, asking people if they can drive is irrelevant.
Here's something that is important to note about autism that some people might not understand about autism. And of course, this doesn't apply to everybody with autism, but sometimes when we're in a discussion with people, and people are asking us yes or no questions, especially when they're very rapid fire questions. Especially if we're in the middle of like shutting down or wanting to disassociate from the conversation, we very much tend to just answer questions without thinking about if our answer is like accurate. So for example, when I was younger, you know, my mom would come to me and be like, oh, did you make your bed? And I'd just say yes, even though I very clearly didn't. Because it's an absent-minded way of just like saying whatever I think they'll want to hear just to get them off my back. It's a very autistic thing to do, and I still do it to this day, where somebody might say something, and even though I haven't fully processed what they've said, or even if I necessarily agree with it, I'll just say yeah, as like a recognition that yeah, I heard what you said. Can confirm happens to my girlfriend, yeah. It is just a self-preservation thing, and it is just this absent-minded idea of, like, I don't want to have this discussion, so I'll just say whatever I think subconsciously will get you off my back. And so just because somebody says something like that, and I don't know the full context, but if Raven had, like said things like that, it's very much something that happens to people who are on the spectrum. But Leo always perceives like someone saying something falsely as lying. And for some reason, he just can't take that. And loud noises, I even shut down and want to stay in my... Oh, I'm sorry if I sound really annoyed. It's because people think I lie about having autism because I don't show it in public. And I just want the label. No, I don't get triggered with large crowds and loud noises. I even shut down and want to stay in my room. That's the thing a lot of people don't understand is that, especially when you're higher on the spectrum, we are able to mask very, very well. We are able to mask our autism very well. But masking is exhausting. Like, I'd come home from school days just being completely shut down and exhausting from having to mask the entire day. And to socialize. There's a lot that goes into autism. Yeah, people who don't understand autism don't know about masking. Exactly. And so, that's why a lot of the time when I've told people I'm autistic, they just go like, huh, you don't seem autistic. Because typically those people are thinking of Rain Man when they think of autism. And I think Leo does too. He has very antiquated understanding of mental health, especially autism. So he is in no authority to be speaking on this whatsoever. For real, like, sure, I can get used to it, but I kind of just don't want to. Yeah.
And then asking about the specific diagnoses and stuff, and then trying to weed it out of them. Like,
Me too,
you've asked the
Shower.
question, and you need to move on from it. And me saying that isn't me just sat there going like, oh, let me just show Lio, which also is offensive because you sat there going like, oh, that I'm just gun shy because of the Rosa call. When I've been putting in place these same rules since the Rosa call, and it makes me feel fucking annoyed.
Yeah, but no, you didn't, Peaches. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
When you keep acting like I'm only upset about it now, and I'm overcorrecting, and then I'm gun shy about it, and that like I'm just trying to make myself look good.
I didn't say you're trying to make yourself look good.
You said that I was literally embellishing how I disagree with you to make a point publicly.
Yes, but that's not about you looking good.
That is about me looking good, actually.
No. Why are you trying to ascribe my intentions?
Because you are ascribing you are ascribing my intentions.
You're right.
If you're it doesn't matter. And I also need to say that it's really fucking annoying for you to sit there and try and like pick out specific wording to try and weasel out of things, and that's what I'm going to call it right now because I'm pissed off about it. You try and use specific wording to weasel out of things like, well, I didn't say this, but you never say what you
very
actually
cognizant
said. You
now,
say,
Aaron.
Like, well, I didn't say that. That itself is a lie, especially, and I know that it's going to fall into this thing. Don't call me a liar. Well, if somebody's saying this is what you've done, and you go, well, that's not what I did, but it was pretty much the exact same thing, but you're like hyper focused on one specific word, that is also lying.
Extrapolate more on that, please.
So it's like it's okay. Okay, so just now, you basically were saying that I was.
God, how is it when,
what?
even when
Like,
he's in the
how I
right, he
disagree
just
with
finds
you
a way
and
to
making a
both be a
public show of
liar
it
and a
to embarrass you.
B-word bitch?
I did it for the public. What do you think that means?
Yeah,
You
and
wanted to show that you disagree with me.
honestly, I don't care if these two decide to be awful to each other. I was honestly just kind of hoping that they would. What did I click on? Drama, YouTube drama. If you're not interested in that, this ain't for you. But I've never really cared. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, poor Peaches that she has to endure this. I don't care. I always thought they should just go off and be horrible to each other because they're both horrible. They're both bad people.
To the public, specifically, and I'm embellishing it for the public.
Okay, this might be a case of maybe I'm trying to find the words for it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, if you've
ever heard of the YouTuber Helpless Peaches, who recently deactivated, she had over 100k subscribers, but now she's gone for now. She's now coming out saying that the person that she's been collabing with constantly, Leo Convoy, was an abuser to her. I still can't believe Leo was willing to divorce his wife for Peaches. Like, yikes. Yeah, basically.
But also, no. Because you can't sit there and say, like, oh, you were just doing it to embarrass me in front of 100 or so people because you don't like it when people think that we think the same. So you make a show of it and you embellish how you feel and you're like dramatizing it or whatever the fuck.
Because that is you saying that I'm doing it publicly. I'm doing it for a show, for the public, to make myself look good.
That's where I think the difference and maybe what I'm thinking versus what you're picking up on is I don't think you're doing it specifically to look good, and that might just be the difference in how we talk. I think you do it because you're tired of the assumptions or you're tired of people coming at you about it. I don't think it's a matter of looking good so much as it is just trying to make it very obvious. And maybe that's just a difference in how we're communicating these thoughts, but that's genuinely not where I was coming from.
That is to look good. Because if I think that it's a bad thing to
No, Peaches, no, you're just looking at it wrong. Hang on, I gotta respond to somebody. Sorry. All right, sorry.
to be assumed to believe everything that you do, then to look good.
I'm
to
almost
make a
getting
public
bored of
little
listening
show
to these
about how I
people
don't agree
argue.
with you.
Yeah, I can understand why you think that.
Yeah, Chris, so what we're talking about are screenshots that recently came out. Oh my god, guys, by the way, sorry to cut this off, but like we're 5 subs away from getting to 500. That's exciting. That's a milestone. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. But so there were screenshots that came out recently from the Glitchtail crew private chat where Peaches was gloating back at the tail end of 2023, back in November, that she basically had Leo like sit his wife down and threaten a walkout if she didn't start treating Peaches with respect, because Leo's wife was concerned about Peaches being a homewrecker. And those are Peach's words, not mine. I think they're calling the vibe versus reality, because if so, that's batshit. Would love to see receipts. Everyone on sub, quick!
Or rather, your perspective on that, not why you think so.
And it's annoying because,
Okay.
like, you saying this stuff, and you sit there and you're always like, oh, trust. You don't trust me. You flatly don't trust me.
Quick, everyone
And you say you
unsub.
do, but you only trust me when I come to you in private, and I basically, like, come to you with my tail between my legs, going, like, I may have, I disagree, but like, you're fully in the right, and also you're okay, and also all of this stuff that I definitely don't believe about you. But if I dare say it in a public space, in the same space where we're supposed to be publicly disagreeing, and a place where I'm being trusted to moderate it, apparently that's too far, and I'm just doing it as a public show. If you took it on the chin, like a man your age, and recognized the
Ooh.
fact that I did ping you,
I'm unsubbing.
and
I'm sorry
it
to hear
was
that,
a
Jay.
preventative measure, and you snapped at Lumi beforehand, who was trying to say the same thing. Like, if you genuinely disagreed, I wasn't muting you anyway. You could have, like, fought back, but no, you sulked.
I didn't sulk, and I appreciate it if you wouldn't come at me talking about how a man my age should handle something when we're just trying to be open and honest with each other, because that feels less like a conversation and more of just like trying to take a shot at me. And I could be wrong. I'm just telling you how it feels.
Okay, and you were taking shots at me.
Leo, you take shots at everybody else because of their age. Why is my sub ain't showing in notifs? I have no idea. Is she parroting herself? I have no idea, but thank you! Spyro, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I think we're 1 off from 500 now, if my studio app is to be believed.
Not even to me, but to other people.
Since when did she suddenly get the balls to speak up like this? From what I've heard, it feels like they argue like this behind the scenes a lot, so I don't think it's unheard of. It's just the first time we're hearing one of these private discussions for ourselves.
I said I was going to talk to you about it later. And
Well, she
obviously,
age progressed
I
out
shouldn't
of
have had that
rage.
conversation. Not the one we're having now. Not about the one there.
Well, no, you shouldn't have, but I know what you're saying is completely different to what I'm saying.
Hey,
You
hey!
think that you can't have a...
Chris the Fallen, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. I think we're almost at 500. You're actually at 500 right now? Ah! Sorry, that's so good. That's amazing. I'm sorry, I just wanted to celebrate that milestone really quick. Guys, I just wanted to say that I do appreciate all of you guys for the subs and for the support. I'm not gonna linger on it because this isn't about that. I'll do something more official on Friday when I'm back on my regular streaming day. So much nonsense, I agree. But thank you so much, guys. I'm like stimming so hard right now. Sorry. But no, we'll stay on topic. We'll stay on topic. Does that mean we get the 500? Does that make me the 500th subscriber? I think it does, Chris. I think it does. I think it does. Ew, Endless emotional. Yeah, not the right time for it. I'll talk about it more on Friday. Art stream as a reward? I will try to get one set up, but because I do traditional art, it's going to be a little harder to set up. But I'll try to think of something.
Conversation with the mods because clearly they can't be trusted. No, they can be
What?
trusted.
That's not what I said.
So in a mod call where I talk about how I don't feel like I'm trusted, the response to me being distressed and me being upset is to record it, tell you, and not tell me what's being communicated.
Yeah, hold
What?
on.
That's
Let's hear
not
this
what I
again.
said.
So in a mod call where I talk about how I don't feel like I'm trusted, the response...
God damn it. Hold on. Sorry.
I said I was going to talk to you about it later, and obviously, I shouldn't have had that conversation. Not the one we're having now. Not about the one there.
Well, no, you shouldn't have, but I know what you're saying is completely different to what I'm saying. You think that you can't have a conversation with the mods because clearly they can't be trusted. No, they can be
What?
trusted.
That's not what I said.
So in a mod call where I talk about how I don't feel like I'm trusted, the response to me being distressed and me being upset is to record it, tell you, and not tell me what's being communicated.
Well, you were saying I only did it to embarrass you, so obviously they wanted to know my
Yes,
perspective.
because I was... So instead of actually having a conversation, they just literally go behind my back and do this.
Okay. Do you know why I was upset?
Well, yes, he made the implication that they can't be trusted, but that isn't what he said. So I have to disagree with Peaches on that one.
What, with
Enla hand
what?
reveal at 500.
No, with the mod coming to you immediately now.
Because you said that you wanted to talk to me.
It's true.
Okay,
It's
what-
true.
what
It
was
would
the
be a
reason why I
hand
was upset?
reveal.
Because you said that you
Too
wanted
soon
to talk
for
to
the.
them and they
Shut
came to
up.
me instead.
Shut up.
You think that's the reason?
Yes. Because
It was all
Okay.
me. I carried this team.
Yes. But there's a reason for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting.
The reason they're upset, okay, I'm just trying to have a conversation, is because when they came to you, instead of letting me talk to you first, since
The thing is that Peaches is saying that Leo said the mods can't be trusted. Leo is saying I didn't say that. And in the call, we see that no, he doesn't say that, but he's making that strong implication that he can't trust them.
you into a panic,
And
you
look,
freaked
cooking
out,
stream,
understandably
no.
why you'd be upset, and it put additional stress on you.
That wasn't on them. Hold up.
Hold on. I'm not putting it on them. I'm saying that's why it upset me.
Yeah, well, don't be upset at them for that. You should. If what you say is accurate to me, is that you should be happy that there's people in the mod staff.
Leo has been behind the scenes trying to make the mods dislike me and been caught on numerous occasions. Yeah, isolation.
Actually, do care
Isolation
about me.
tactic.
All right. Based on what you were telling me yesterday, the reason why you were concerned about me shouting at you is because people came to you saying I was angry and that I wanted to talk to you. So that frames it in the negative of me shouting at you. The stuff that's been going on with Jordan and Jay has brought back memories of when I would shout at you, and that's been circling in your head as well. So that was going to be your immediate assumption.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
not on the mod staff.
Well, no. Okay. I am not upset at them. I guess that's the wrong way to phrase
You were
it.
yesterday.
This
because
is
if
the
I
cooking
finish-
Well, yeah,
stream.
in a moment. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because if I finish, yesterday, I came to Leah distressed, and one of the key things I said was that I feel like I want to kill myself. You didn't give a shit about that. And don't say
Whoa, what?
Yesterday, I came to Leah distressed, and one of the key things I said was that I feel like I want to kill myself.
I think just hearing it so matter of fact out of Peach's mouth is hilarious. So, Peaches is talking about Leo's wife, I'm pretty sure. She said, yesterday, one of the key things I said to your wife is I feel like I want to kill myself. And you didn't care. And you didn't care.
You didn't give a shit about that. And don't say
What
that
do you
you
mean I
didn't.
didn't
Don't, no. I'm not finished talking. And stop. You didn't give a shit.
I'm not
It
done
was maybe
talking.
on your priority list somewhere. But 40 minutes later, you even asked about it. And it was, no. You didn't even ask. I told you. I literally told you. And you reaffirmed that, yes, you knew I wanted to kill myself. You came into that call, guns blazing, and the only thing you cared about was who told
Clip this, Enla laughs at a suicidal person. No, but here, no, she is weaponizing her saying she wanted to kill herself in order to say that Leo is bad for not caring. I said I wanted to kill myself yesterday and you didn't care. That's you being bad. I'm not done talking. I'm not done talking. She's literally weaponizing her suicide ideation. I gotta eat, bro. It's been hours. Actually, same. I might actually, I think I have shit that I just ordered because I'm hungry. So, give me a second. Hang out with Emmett Selk for a second, guys. Because I gotta go get my food. Because I'm hungry. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to scarf down some food real quick. But hey, congratulations to your corporation. It's a celebration. Okay, anyway. I had to scarf down some food real quick, but I'm back. Hello, I'm back. Alright, we getting back into this? Back into this shit show?
Told you. Who told you? Who told you? So no, don't say that was something that you deeply cared about. Maybe it was on the priority list. Who knows? I wouldn't know because I was the one who brought it up, not you. But your priority was to be pissed off with the mod staff for telling me. But they told me what you did.
That's what I said.
They didn't come to me.
Like, that
with
seemed more like what
information
his priorities
about something
were.
that I expressly asked them not to do. They came to me because somebody who, you know, who is supposed to, one, be the server owner, and two, be someone who I'm supposed to trust and talk to, was sat there saying, oh, you know, he was intentionally doing this. This was intentional. And popping off for anyone and everyone who would try and tell you, you know that isn't true.
Yes,
Who
I
said
was
that?
upset.
Who said
But
that?
no, stop. Who's messaging me? I'm sorry, hold on. This is getting irritating. He needs a roll of paper. Why did I say that to you like you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Yes, I was obviously concerned about how you were feeling, suicidal. I didn't immediately
I
bring
was
it up
obviously concerned. I just didn't mention it or bring it up or do anything about it. Obviously.
because I wanted you to talk to me about it on your own.
Hello.
Okay, interesting there. That's an interesting thing. So, he says, oh yeah, I knew you were feeling actively suicidal, and I know that you had told my wife about it. But, I wasn't gonna say anything or do anything because you hadn't come to me about it. Huh? What? What? Just retire, Leo. Good grief. Leo has evolved into an owl now for all the who's. Who said that? Who said that?
Hello. So what's this about me hating you?
So yeah, if he's gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, I knew you were feeling suicidal. Obviously I cared. And yet, she's just giving a reminder of, like, this is how the call starts.
You heard that, like, you were upset with me in the mod call.
From who?
Because you thought I did it to embarrass you.
I want a name, Aaron. Who?
You didn't respond.
I wasn't going to.
Why?
Not for now.
Because, yeah, he's more concerned about who told
Because
you.
I'd rather talk to you once I am completely cleared, and once I know that I'm okay to have that conversation. What's this about a recording?
Well, obviously, all mod calls are recorded.
Recorded. So in a mod call where I talk about how I don't feel like I'm trusted, the response to me being distressed and me being upset is to record it, tell you, and not tell me what's being communicated.
You keep telling me
Yeah.
that, one, that you're going to sort yourself out, but you don't. Apparently people have asked you about therapy and you say you've got what you needed out of it. Clearly you haven't. You keep...
Wait, what? Leo's gone to therapy before? Well, that's a revelation. Hold on.
People have asked you about therapy and you say you've got what you needed out of it. Clearly you haven't.
That's interesting. Wait, hold on. I think my cat's meowing at me. Okay, I was just making sure she wasn't in trouble. Mitzi, come here! Want some pets? Up here. You good girl. So yeah, that's interesting. Because remember the thing I said... Remember the thing I said a while, like a few streams ago? That people with narcissistic personalities are often advised, well, not advised directly, but usually therapy is actually not helpful and actually does the opposite. Because most people with narcissistic personalities, when they go to therapy, rather than using the therapy to actually better themselves and get help, and doing baby talk is hilarious. Shut up. But, him saying, I got what I needed out of it. Now, this is me speculating, but the reason why it's not recommended for a lot of narcissists to get therapy is because rather than actually, most of the time, rather than actually using it to better themselves and actually reflect, they rather use it, the knowledge that they get from therapy, and use it and learn how to better manipulate other people. So it's interesting that he frames it that way, according to Peaches, that I got what I needed from it. He only wants to talk about his dad when it's to threaten others. I mean, yeah, it's only speculation, but I can only speculate. Well, I won't say it here, but we'll continue anyway. I just thought that was interesting to point out.
You keep telling me, which also stresses me out. And yeah, it's kind of why I am still worried sometimes, because you keep telling me that, like, you know, you try your best not to yell at me. And, you know, you think bad things about me, but you just keep it to yourself.
Well, hold on. The thinking bad things, isn't that normal for everybody about anybody they talk to?
No, because you.
Oh my god. Thinking bad things about people, isn't that normal? Isn't that normal for everyone? Are you gonna... Okay, I'm tired of their yapping, I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay. That's interesting. Isn't that normal, Peaches? Isn't that normal? Anyway.
You usually ask. If you trust the person, you usually ask them. You don't just wait until you blow up at everyone else.
That reminds me of something I would like to double back on for a moment, if that's okay.
Oh yeah, good idea, because that is a really bad look for you.
Raven's tail, because I feel I've caught Raven in a couple of lies. I think that sometimes people extrapolate that, you and Lumi specifically, for being specific, into being applied to you two when it wasn't. Like, it wasn't my intention to imply that I don't believe you guys' memory issues because I don't specifically believe Raven.
Yeah, but you also ascribe malicious intent to everything I do that you don't fully understand, so...
You really think I do that with everything I don't understand?
Seems it, because...
It does seem that way, Leo.
A couple times now that you think bad things about me, but you just, you know, you just put it aside.
But so does Peaches. Peaches also ascribes malicious intent to people that don't like her. That's the thing. They both do it.
Until you blow up eventually.
That's not what I said. I said that, and you have these thoughts as well, I'm not saying that as a gotcha. I'm saying that to hopefully get you to understand what I'm getting at here. There are times people, me, assume the negative, and I keep it internal to process it out. And like I said earlier, to recognize that it's not true, and then go on.
You don't
Not to
though.
just keep... What do you mean I don't?
You
You're not
so
in my
many times.
mind.
No, I've told you so many times about my memory issues, for example, and you're still like, oh, you're just micromanaging me. You only care about the Rosa thing because it's public. And no, I know that you've been saying that because you said it in the mod call as well. So like, don't even start with that again. And like, you just like, oh, you just repeat yourself because you think I'm stupid. You just think I'm stupid. Oh, you came in and server muted me because you wanted to embarrass me and you wanted to embellish the fact that you disagree with me for a public stunt.
I am telling you how I have felt in some cases. I'm not saying that to take shots at your memory issues.
Yeah,
because
I'm
when
telling you how you've been acting. There's a difference between feeling a thing and then acting on it. And your first thing is to start shouting at people. And I'm especially upset that, like, you sit there and you're like, oh, I care. Unless you're mad. Then, like, it doesn't matter if I want to kill myself. You're going to come in and figure out who the mole is.
Oh, boy. It doesn't matter if I want to kill myself, but... Peaches, why are you weaponizing your suicidal ideation instead of just getting help? If you're feeling suicidal, and you're feeling actively suicidal, call 911. Call 911. Like, I don't believe her when, like, I'm sorry, I just don't. It's hard to take it seriously when she's actively weaponizing it to make people feel bad. That's what she's doing here.
that is not a representation of what my thought process is.
It feels like two people just trying to gaslight each other.
It took you.
And of course,
it took me reminding you that that's how I've been feeling. For you to just go, yeah, I know.
And I just told you the reason why I didn't address it immediately is because I figured you'd talk to me about it. Because there have been times.
No. And also, I am allowed to actually cut in because you were cutting in
You are.
to me yesterday so many times, and you've been consistently doing that. So
Go ahead.
excuse you me, but no, because if you know that someone's in distress, which by the way, I was also like age regressed the entire call, which you also did not give a shit about. But like, you also knew that I wanted to kill myself. You come in and your priority is who snitched? Who snitched? What's the name? What's the name? What's the name? Getting super aggro at me, and you can't then when you're being called out. Now that I'm actually not. the mental state of a 5-year-old for you to push around. Now that I'm talking to you as I am, you can't then go, oh, well, you know, like, I've been having issues. Yes, I've been telling you that. That's why I've been worried about you.
This
And what
really
do I
is
get
like
when
a
I'm worried? I get
gaslight
shat on.
face-off.
And if you don't want me micromanaging you, that's fine. However, and I'm saying micromanaging, quotations, doing my job would be the correct way of phrasing that. If you don't want me to do my job, I fucking won't. But I won't be in Senate. Because the way that things are conducted, especially when it's now gotten to the point where, you know, you can criticize me, but do it.
Oh, sorry. That's an interesting thing. Like, if I'm not in a position of authority, I don't want to be here at all. I would not advise 911, more so a hotline for that, because they are more equipped for it. I've never used a hotline, so I can't say, but like, I don't know. I guess if you're actively feeling suicidal, the best people to go to would be, I don't know, family, I guess. And if she really did think of Leo and his wife as family, then I guess that is the appropriate response. But you can't then weaponize it later, being like, oh, you didn't care that I feel like I wanted to kill myself. That just feels manipulative. So it feels like two manipulative people manipulating each other. But yeah.
Correctly and rightly, and not in a way that I actually do to anyone else in Senate, please. Just do it in DMs, all nice and friendly-like. If you can call other people out on their public statements, so can I, and that's indiscriminate. You can't say that you want pushback and then get mad at pushback. What makes a person a terrible person is someone who consistently does problematic actions, and instead of listening to any criticism, they get big mad about it. So do you want me to do my job, which means moderating calls indiscriminately, or do you want me to be a suck-up like the old mods?
I want you to do your job.
Or like the current mods. Sorry, I keep muting myself. Sorry. Like the current mods are doing that right now, or at least they were up until this point.
Job.
Oh, okay, that was it. Alright. Alright, finally, we're done with God damn it, this... What are they up
Since
to?
the Rosa call, and how she conducted herself in that Rosa call. What was it? It was like deeply bothered her.
Okay, so they're further along. I'm falling behind a little bit in this race to the finish line. Okay, hold on. So yeah, we had just finished the calls. I've been kind of tuning out Peaches at this point, to be honest, because all she's doing is yapping. Ugh, yeah. All right, well, thankfully that's done. We can go back to the document. All right. Continuing on. Thomas has pushed me to the point of self-harm and suicide, even up to present day, allegedly. I thought it was only me who was being affected, so I bottled it up. I wasn't always treated like shit, so I convinced myself it was fine. I was told to get over being sexually abused only a couple of months after it happened, when I was still dealing with the PTSD flashbacks of it. I was told I let my groomer get to other people because I didn't realize what he did to me until I was 21 years old and lost his information. I'll let Kumo and Vlad speculate on that. For Thomas to then backtrack when I told other people what he said and pretend it never happened. Recalling how he spoke to that victim in 2023, how he used that same language against me 8 months straight, how he defended Kumo. God damn it! She is still... Okay, Peaches. Peaches, you know this isn't true! Why are you still telling this lie? Why are you still telling this lie, Peaches? You don't have my good graces right now. How he defended Kumo pushing a girl to self-harm in February 22nd of 2023. How he's treated my friends, and recently how he has been using ableist language to justify the Rosa call and to justify embarrassing Raven. Oh yeah, how he was using ableist language. Peaches, you are totally trying to push all of the blame off of yourself and onto him. Oh, the copium. 'Cause Kumo was mean to her. Peaches, you know that's not true, so why are you still saying that lie? Yeah, no, I can't. This is why I don't feel sympathy for her, because in this, she is still trying to lie about people. Peaches, this is why everything you're saying here, I have to take at face value. I don't believe a lot of it. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. They were manipulative and abusive to each other. That much is that much is clear. Crystal clear. Anyway, after that point, I distanced myself from Thomas since rewatching the recording of the call. I made to protect my what? I distanced myself since rewatching the recording of the call I made, to protect myself after warnings from the mods. It made me reflect on how I've been treated for the past 2 years. I thought I could collect— it hasn't even been 2 years, according to you. It's been like 1.5 years. I thought I could collect myself and understand how best to cut him off softly in a way he wouldn't blow up. But it seems even just staying with a group of friends away from Senate and Leo Convoy was too much for him. I found out Thomas has been going around to commentary channels before and after this point, saying his own outrageous beliefs and passing them off as mine, claiming he solely changed Senate after the Rosa call despite me being yelled at and belittled for months after the call when I begged him to restructure the server. And creepiest of all, to me, he pretended him and I were still close and familial. We haven't been family for a while. But Thomas would refuse to give me that space and made me feel uncomfortable, made me feel unsafe correcting that. Thomas didn't want the public to know he mistreated yet another family member. Pages, you also mistreated these quote-unquote family members. Don't even try to distance yourself from that. But yeah, this is exactly what I was saying earlier, Shade. This is what I was talking about. Because he was getting bitchy and upset at Crystal and, Dorito for putting daughter in, or for people in their server putting daughter in quotations when it hasn't been true for a while now, apparently. And he did the same thing with Jordan. He was going around publicly trying to make it out like, well, okay, I'll eat crow. Enla was cooking earlier. My bad, Enla. Yeah, you put in your place. You get put in your place, you filthy little weasel. I'm just kidding. You're cool, Shade. I love you. But not like that. I love you as a friend. No homo. Yeah, but no, that's entirely fucked. And again, he was doing the same thing with Jordan for months. Like, trying to be like, that's my kid. Hence the kid down the hallway. You know, shit like that. Don't make me come in there. You can't. You can't. You can't. But also, I'm deafened, so it wouldn't really do much anyway. Whew. But yeah, this is, yeah, it's a lot so far. I have so much regret for not seeing through his persona sooner. I always brushed it off as it just being an issue with me, and that I deserved everything I got, especially with how Thomas would seem genuinely nice whenever he wasn't being questioned. Yeah, love bombing. When the call in February of 2023 happened, I was shaken to my— what call? Which call? When the call of February 2023, is this like the Jibs call? Okay, I was shaken to my core and regressed and forgot most of everything. How convenient. Including the fact that I was the one who had the recording. Oh, how convenient. How convenient you just magically forgot everything. Everything that you would require in order to call this shit out. How convenient you forgot all of it. Oops, just a memory problem. Oopsies. Big oopsies. I feel stupid, honestly. You should. Thomas would go to such extremes to make me feel unsafe, and that I had to be around. In the first 8 months, my known suicidal ideation would be used as an excuse by Thomas to threaten me with police visits and being put away for a while if I stopped responding to or hung up on Thomas when he was screaming at me. I could have— you know what? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, but it's also alleged still. I could have just refused to listen and plead a case for myself if Thomas did this, but at the time, I was freshly out of an abusive relationship and was constantly pushed to regression. I know better now. Do you, though? You're still lying about things. I don't think you know better now. Memory skill issue. Alright, what I missed, boys? You missed a lot. We're reading a statement from Hopeless Peaches themselves. Thomas, a real father wouldn't yell and scream at family. A real father wouldn't use their kids' trauma against them as a means of winning petty arguments. A real father wouldn't threaten to divorce his own wife to keep their kids in check. Peaches! Peaches! You're the one who was bragging about that! Peaches, you were the one who was bragging about him doing that. You can't sit here and try to distance yourself from that when you were completely complicit in that. Yeah, Thomas Guerrera is Leo. A real father wouldn't make graphic sexual comments while they're age regressing and begging you to stop. Hell, a real father wouldn't take months, multiple scoldings, being cut off, and having your entire script reworked just to respect their family's gender, only to keep calling me your dear daughter, despite me being neither a woman nor part of your family. Stop pretending we're close, stop pretending you're looking out for me, stop pretending we're in contact, full stop. I mean, you were in contact up to, like, the 25th, so I don't know. You told me many times that the reason you never had real kids, biological or adopted, was because you knew you would have... Sorry, I don't know what to say to that. Again, it's alleged. It's alleged. You told me many times. Oh my god. Ain't no way. You told me many times that the reason you never had real kids, biological or adopted, was because you knew you would abuse them. If you know this, stop beating down on vulnerable victims of sexual abuse and instead get some goddamn help. Oh my god. Also, stop pretending you care about victims of grooming. You found the information of my groomer, and all you did was use my abuse against me, play it down because it wasn't Joshua Vita, and tell me straight you only desired to make fun of my groomer in a Senate call, not help to report his predatory actions. And you blame me, a victim of his, for his potential other predatory actions? I've deleted everything to be away from you and to finally find myself. Respect that. Do not contact me. Oh, there's more. Okay. God damn. Again, we have to take everything Peaches says with a grain of salt. Okay, there's a little footnote here. Age regression. For those who don't know to understand this statement, Thomas included apparently, it is a trauma response in which the brain shuts down and reverts to an earlier developmental stage. For me, I regress to points about around 5 or 10 years old mentally. It is extremely damaging to talk to somebody age regressing in a way you wouldn't talk to an actual child, as it can result in re-traumatizing said regressor. Thomas knew all of this and chose to abuse it. Oh boy, a lot of this does feel like sympathy seeking. But yeah, I don't know. Note, this testimony has nothing to do with Jay and Jordan's claims. I could go into detail about how it's flatly disgusting to knowingly run to Fox Mafia and people who have said or platformed videos saying how I should be sexually assaulted. I cannot comment one way or the other on the specificities of their relationship with Thomas Guerrera, as I was never present for it. That being said, I won't just dismiss the fact that Thomas has been an abuser. To the usual suspects who have been stalking me for nearly half a decade now, who will certainly be laughing reading all this, like the last time I was abused, I'm sorry after 4 years, your only topic is gone now. Hope you find a new way to make rent. Okay. Doesn't downplay trauma for easy money? My ass! That's because no one takes your trauma seriously, Peaches. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Live for that soundboard. Jesus Christ. That's, and we're not even done yet. There's quite a bit more to go through. Jesus Christ. It's a lot. Also, Omnia commented all that. Also, Omnia, it wasn't I mean, not Omnia. Peaches, it wasn't about your trauma. It was about somebody else's trauma, to be fair. Trauma baiting? The freaking Vine boom. No, this wasn't way before the Rosa call. I think this was around the time that Omnia found out about the call. So that lines up. Are you sure? I'm not even sure. This is why vague tweeting always comes back to backfire you. Or backfire against you. Allegedly, not even the pedophile hunter took her grooming seriously. Oh, boy. Alright, I feel like we should go into the things that Crystal said. So there are some, just for the sake of posterity, we can go through some of these statements made by Jibs. Okay, yeah, that they don't give permission for anyone to speak on it right now, which I tried to avoid as best as I could. I'm directly supporting them as we speak. Do not use his story, as he has given nobody permission to talk about it. Sorry, I'm going through all the ones that he sent. In response to Lumi's comment, Jibs asserts that Lumi has no justification for feeling sick about the current situation, as Lumi, along with 2 others, inappropriately appropriated the personal story of a victim, Jibs, and attempted to manipulate it for their own gain, which is true. Lumi says, I privated the call, but I'm not going to be present for any kind of discussion, and neither will Aaron. Alright, I'll relay that then. I'm sorry, truly am, that it went that far, but I'm not going to get into a call about a situation where I'm genuinely getting sick. I mean, I don't doubt that. But, yeah, it was definitely a mistake to try and air that out without Jibs' permission. Okay. Update. Jibs has granted permission for the discussion of the leaked aspects of their personal story, as they have successfully reclaimed control over certain elements of the narrative through a live stream. In light of this development, Jibs and I will be collaborating on a video that aims to address the situation comprehensively. We anticipate releasing this video within the next 8 hours. Please note that if you have any inquiries or concerns regarding this matter, we encourage you to contact either myself or Jibs directly. We are both available to address any questions you may have, and provide further clarification as needed. Oh, wait, okay, it's just... Crystal! You don't have to keep... Okay. Crystal, you don't gotta send me, every tweet in the same thread. I'll see the thread. But yeah, if you guys have anything else you wanted me to look over real quick, any recent developments, I can do that, but I might just end it here, because... Yeah. That's crazy. You guys talk a lot. Yeah, everybody was fucking talking about it this morning. God damn it. I guess you can see Omnia's response, I guess. Oh yeah, that's a good point. We'll go to Omnia's Twitter. Okay. This is Omnia's response to what Peach said at the end of their document. Omnia says, so apparently Hopeless Peaches left one last note to conclude their time in the Senate server. They detail their experiences, stating they were abused by Leo Convoy. While I undoubtedly believe that they were, that doesn't exonerate their actions while being a part of the Senate. Exactly. Because they were still complicit in a lot of that. God damn it. That's like the perfect thing to say right now. At the end of the note, Peaches also somehow managed to get in one final jab at me, and I feel compelled to address how they used this note to try and twist my intentions. You know what's funny? That tweet wasn't even about either of them. Look at the date, January 30th, 2024. I wasn't made aware of the call until after the Rosa call was posted publicly on YouTube February 2nd, and only found out about Hopeless Peaches and Leo Convoy's involvement in it on February 6th. Below is my first tweet about the situation on 206. Peaches try again. Right, the archive. Ayo, the amount of shit that's coming out about Hopeless Peaches, that Rebel Rosie, that Rebel Aaron recently is so crazy. People screaming at people in VC, going on abusive tirades, insulting their looks. I can actually see if I can fact check this real quick. Let me see. Hang on, I can go back and try to confirm this. Yeah, I can confirm. I can confirm that. Because I remember this. That's right, yeah. 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 Me and Omnia both learned about at the same time after we watched your stream, exactly. And that was on the 6th and the 7th, somewhere in between that. So, yeah, this would be accurate. I do remember that, yeah. And that's how Omnia found out about it. So, okay. So far that checks out. You want further proof I wasn't making a video on Hopeless Peaches and Leo Convoy in January? There you go. I'm sorry about their terrible experience in the Senate, but this is perfect proof that Peaches looks for things to accuse me of that are not true. Respectfully, stay gone. So yeah, it was about someone named Mari Akutsu. January 16th by Omnia. Transcripts. Yep. That checks out. IDK Peach's life, maybe they needed the Rosa VC to be publicized for them to recognize Leo Convoy as an abuser. I don't know. I needed to get my face beaten to realize my abuser was an abuser. It happens differently for different people. I'm just confused why I'm mentioned at all. Me too, Omnia. Me too. Let's close some of these. I think we're done with Leo Bingo. So, if anybody got a bingo during that, congratulations. But we'll close that for now. But, oh boy. Apparently there is a big call happening in the Senate right now. My one takeaway from all of this is that Peaches really needs a new hobby. Sad now we'll never have Peaches Bingo. It's probably for the best. I remember you screeching at me during that time. You should be thanking me. Oh wait, what? What was I screeching at you for? I don't doubt it. I probably was. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through some stuff because things are imploding right now. Apparently someone named Cartoon She made a statement, but I don't know who that is. All of your opinions are invalid until a Fromentator has made a response. Oh, boy, oh boy. Oh, Villanella, that's mean. Don't send that tweet. I mean, do we watch the Zach Not Kyle video? Just to wrap all of this up. I've been putting it off for way too long. Is it even around anymore?
Hello there, and welcome.
Shut up. Oh, yeah. Do we watch it, guys? Do we watch it? Do we watch it? Could. Just to... Alright, we're doing it. This is Zach Not Kyle's VTuber lore, where Leo Convoy voice acted in it. Oh
Entry
god.
246.
Ah!
Just the best thing that could happen to me. I have, in an unexpected way, found a way to love a creature that probably shouldn't exist. He's not quite what I expected in a partner in crime fighting, but I certainly can't say he's boring. Project N0TKY13 turned out to be an odd experiment. After all, he wasn't even planned. I wrote about him when I first encountered his body out in the city. Beaten, battered, broken. He was in one piece, sure, but to say he was perfect is just simply an inaccuracy. He would need work, but he would do for Project N0TKY13. In the lab, I worked for ages. Okay, it was 2 days, meticulously fixing him. His bones were repurposed, his bruises repaired, and what I couldn't salvage in human form, I gave new life. To finally wake him up, I had to use a computer chip to unlock his full potential. Where to put it? Repurposing the choker that fell off of him in that alley on that fateful day, the chip awakened my greatest creation to date.
I'm crying.
Who are you?
Am I going to regret this?
Shit, you might if you don't start talking. Where am I?
You were knocked unconscious in an alley, Zach.
How did you know my name? Did you stalk me?
Whoa, I'm not a stalker. My name is Dr. Ivan Alva. You've been comatose for approximately 2 days.
Oh, yeah. I got beaten up in an
No.
alley by that crime family.
Bruh.
Oh, I probably shouldn't tell you about that.
The Dugman crime family. I'm familiar with them. Maybe a little more than would be of my preference.
Oh, shit. You're a criminal, too?
No, I'm above that.
Are you a spy?
Neo City Espionage Unit's head spy master.
Oh,
Here's the thing. Everyone's gonna be like, no, he's voicing a different character. He's voicing a different character. Then why does it look like Leo? Why does it look like him? Why does it look like him?
Fuck out.
I've been aware of you, Zach. You and your parents aren't exactly the most upstanding citizens, are they?
I figured you'd gather that from the whole crime family assaulting me in an alley thing.
I had a suspicion, but not a conviction.
Well, you sure do now.
Yes, I do.
Stop it! Stop it! I've taken a shut up! Stop it! Stop it! Stop! This is sick! This is sick! It's just Leo! It's not a different character. It looks like him. It's using his voice. This is supposed to be him. It's self-insert.
Please rephrase that.
Oh my, I'm sorry. That was not my intention.
Mm-hmm, sure. Anyways, I want to know everything you have on the Dugmans, but if you dare try to pull some dumb shit, I'll...
You'll what?
Expose the fact that you've been running around our crime circles in order to make your espionage work easier.
I'll stop you right there, boy!
I've been aware of your presence for a while, dipshit. Playing dumb is the best skill
What is happening right now?
Here's the deal. If you make me your new apprentice and redeem me of my criminal actions, then I'll never reveal a thing to you.
Zach, I'm so sorry that you're never gonna live this down. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We do not want it in the Senate! This is sick! Computer Masochist, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. No, 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 no!
To your team. If not, your espionage crew is gonna find out everything.
I did not expect to get blackmailed in my own lab.
Well, you could tick that off the bucket list. What's it gonna be, Doc?
I wouldn't just take in an ex-criminal into my team with no screening.
Well, let me just scan for all of your contacts to find which ones are employees of you.
Okay. You're in.
That's what I thought.
But know this. You're under intense watch until you can be trusted. Understood, boy?
I run the show now, big guy. You don't make the calls anymore.
I could crush you with my bicep.
What is this dialogue?
Crime rings in Neo City, but do what you will.
Wait a minute. You never mentioned that part.
Test me again and I'll talk even less.
What do you want for me to know what you know?
I haven't thought about that yet. I'll
Stop.
keep it in mind, though.
Stop.
I'm sure it'll be reasonable.
Me? Reasonable? You're funny.
All right. Tell me what you know, my apprentice spy master.
As you wish. So, the Dugman crime family we've both been after
Oh
has
my
a
God.
lot of shit under their belt, but nothing with substantial evidence to back up the
This does sound like
claims.
a bad porno, and that
I
makes it
certainly
even even
can't bring this evidence
worse.
to the cops if I have a criminal background myself, because snitches get
No, I think
stitches
Zach's
or
getting
the
out.
prison
He's
cell,
doing the smart
and
thing
that
and getting
means we would
out.
need to enter an
But that doesn't mean he
espionage
gets to
mission
live
against
this
them, but
down.
The ability to do so has failed up until now, yes?
That is correct.
Okay, I thought so. Their Southside base of operations is currently left vulnerable due to a recent shootout that went down there. Therefore, we need to infiltrate their headquarters on the south side of Neo City.
God
find
damn.
every piece of evidence we can.
And
God
crack
damn.
down on everyone associated with them.
Hey,
This
yo,
chased
fuck
out
up, I'm
20
having a
viewers, by the
monologue.
way.
Wow, you got a temper, boy.
Yeah, and it's gonna flare up if you run your mouth anymore, Doctor.
Fine, finish your thought.
Thank you. We'll need to find names.
Abort,
names,
abort,
communication
abandoned
spaces,
ship, abandoned ship.
everything.
Do you have anywhere to start?
Lucky for you,
My fight or
I
flight is
do.
kicking
These are
in.
HQ
I just want
locations.
this
They
to
have eyes
stop.
everywhere. If we want them
Delete
to
the.
be taken
It's
out,
probably
we
gonna
take
be
out our ops
deleted.
first.
I think that would be a job for you to handle alone. After all, despite being a spy master, a guy of my stature is going to be spotted quite quickly in comparison to you. Not to mention how the chip in your choker helps me to enhance your speed, agility, and reflexes.
True. In that case, let's get to scheming. We'll be here for a while, so order food now.
Oh
Why do we
God.
deliver food?
Excuse me, bitch, did I fucking stutter?
Well, okay then, you brat.
You brought the brat back to life, so now you get to live with the consequences.
This was my own fault. However, I can't pretend you would have been better off dead in the street.
I mean, I'd hope not, but thanks for that. You didn't have to do that.
Aw, Zach, you're actually being nice for once.
Hey, don't get used to it. Let's get to work. We got some bodies to rack up.
God, kill me. Okay, well, enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of all of this. Let's just talk. Let's just talk for a second, okay? Let's talk fat. Let's talk fat. Whoop! Oh, this is painful. This is painful. Why did Zach all this boy talk? It doesn't sound good at all, even the brat stuff. It's just so weird. It's so weird. Stop, Cliff. What the hell did I come back to? We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up because I can't take much more of this. I can't take any more of this. Thank you for the palate cleanser of piss. Come on, fat. Let's talk fat. Let's talk fat. And then we need Jesus in that lore. Holy shit. That was definitely ERP. God. I was putting off, you know, I was putting it off for like weeks now. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up because it's almost been 4 hours. Yeah. But thank you guys for watching, and thanks so much to get me to 5. I'll talk about it more on Friday. We'll do something to celebrate it, I promise. But I think it's safe to say, until something else happens, the Leo arc is over and done with. It's over. It's fucking over. It's fucking over. And I can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that it's over. So I'm just relieved. I'm relieved that it can finally be put to rest. I'll be surprised if Leo continues to try and put out videos trying to justify all this. It'll be interesting to see how it splits from here. Thank you for streaming It's So Layover. I hope so. I just hope it can be put to bed already. I didn't even have to do anything. Endless sleeps. I didn't even have to do anything. I didn't do anything. But yeah. Thank you again to Patchwork Hearts. I'll do my best I'll put their tag in the description. I'll have to ask him what tag he wants in there. But thank you to him for making the lovely background layout for me. Thanks for the stream, by the way. I just joined your Discord. Thank you, Miss Lou. For everyone who just joined the Discord, we'll get permissions and stuff sorted out as quickly as possible. So that you guys, if you guys want to post art in the art channel, just tag me in the lounge chat, and then I'll give you permission so that you can post art in there, okay? Alright, but thank you guys. Thank you so much. I will see you later. Bye-bye! See you on Friday!